لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
All right, brothers and sisters, once again, this is on behalf of Door Hospitality Services. Once again, my name is Wajhuddin on behalf of the Door Hospitality Services with whom we are partnering today. I am presenting one more time the Hajj 2026 packages, and I'm going to walk you through in detail as to what the packages looks like, a live demo actually, because now we have the application itself with all the packages. Inshallah, we'll walk through as many use cases as we can today within the couple of hours, and also be able to take up specific cases that you have for US, UK, Europe, and anybody else outside of the Europe. In fact, in Australia, people have joined us from many other places, and Alhamdulillah, this is a very well behaved group, organized, a very supportive group where we have been each other trying to help each other to make it to Hajj together. My dua to you, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is that He allows us all to go on Hajj this year. That's my effort, and in that effort, I would like to make sure that you are all once again aware that Nusuk Hajj is the official platform where we will be doing all the booking process. There's no other ways, brothers and sisters. If anybody has reached out to you trying to get you a Hajj package outside of the Nusuk Hajj platform, do not believe them. That's not really true. And there are only 12 service providers like Door Hospitality Services to which we are actually going to be supporting. And Door has many good packages that have been listed out, and they are actually well into the Hajj and Umrah services. For all the 40 plus years, they have been into the Hajj and Umrah services. We have been associated with them in the past couple of years. Alhamdulillah, this year also we look forward for supporting their packages as well. With that, brothers and sisters, let me go ahead and then take you through all the things that we need to have already completed. If those who are joining in for the first time, please make sure that you still have time. If you have friends and families who are waiting to go on Hajj this year, let them know that there is still time, that they can still put in an application, get them verified, and also be able to pick up a package. And inshallah, bismillah, they may be able to go to Hajj. And those who have already got it verified, brothers and sisters, do not worry. We have all completed all these steps as I'm listing out of the 10 different steps of creating the account, uploading the documents, filling the applications, and application verification. Alhamdulillah, many have got verified, but some are still pending verifications. Do not worry, this could also be done. There is no reason for you to just not go on Hajj because of your application not getting verified. That should not be the case. You should ensure that your application is verified, and that is a simple process. Nusuk does not make it difficult for your application to get verified, and I have seen many reasons why it is got rejected because of the very fact that some of the personal photos just did not meet the specifications. That is why it was all getting rejected. Brothers, if you still have applications that are pending, don't worry, just let me know. We will try to get it expedited and ensure that you are well ready before the package goes on sale, that your application is also verified and you are also in the in looking out for the packages and be able to purchase a package as well. We all should have completed the preferred select category, but that's nothing but just a customary thing. The top of the e-wallet is still not open. Again, once again, this is not something that we don't have to worry about at this point of time. It is not open for anyone. There is people who had accounts in the previous year who were unsuccessful in making the purchase of the packages, or just did not want to go to Hajj last year, had the top up of the e-wallet activated. Only for those people that top up of the e-wallet is only active. Even they cannot top up the funds on their e-wallet. So that's something that is not available currently. You don't have to panic. You don't have to worry about it. Inshallah, when it opens up, we will definitely go through this. We had done this in detail past couple of weeks ago, the webinar on e-wallet, where we talked about the payment methods, some of the tips, some of the issues that you are going to find. It is better now to be aware of those, because if you don't know about what are the issues that you're going to encounter, you will not be prepared. You will land up once again in a panic mode. So I ask and urge you all to go back and refer to the top up e-wallet and the payment method webinar that we had covered in the past, and that's on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and take a look. and let us know that if you have any questions. But one thing that you need to be aware is, and also be prepared with, is that you need to have sufficient funds, mechanics of getting the funds into the e-wallet. That you should already have planned, prepared for, because any time by next week, we expect that the e-wallet is going to be opened up, allowing you to start funding the e-wallet. One thing that I have also mentioned is you don't have to hurry up in funding the complete e-wallet. Do first a couple of tests using the different cards, different debit cards, so that you know what cards work. And when you actually want to fully top up the wallet, depending on what packages but you are going to be preferring to, what is the total price, and that we are going to show today. Keep that amount ready in your accounts, debit card, credit card, whatever you want to use. That should be available through the means that you are trying to top up the e-wallet. There are going to be issues, and it's not going to be uncommon. I have seen this in the past. It's going to repeat again. Nusuk platform can show up issues. Once again, don't panic when it happens. We will walk you through this, but just be aware that the top up of e-wallet is still not open. You don't have to worry about it. Just let the thing come into play. Whenever it's going to open, you be ready to get the funding done on the top of the e-wallet. You all know what the service providers are. We all know there are about 12 service providers. Door Hospitality is one of those service providers. Alhamdulillah, we all have seen that in the past. We have heard of from the Door Hospitality Services. You have heard from me about the packages, and today we will walk you through their packages as well. Now, next is we are going to select the preferred package, and this is where we are going to spend time, and this is where you should all be spending time in the next several days before the package opens, as to what is best for you and your family. What is the ideal package that you want to be able to fund, be able to use for going to Hajj, and that's what we are going to show you, and that's going to be step number 8. And when it's open, we anticipate it to be either 3rd of Feb or 4th of Feb. There is no definite date yet. The Nusuk, or the Ministry of Hajj, is going to announce the date to our service provider. The service provider is going to let us know when the date of the package sale is going to be. We will let you all know the exact date and time when the packages are going to go on sale, and that's where we have to be ready. But between then and now, the practice that you do, the preparation that you do in understanding the Nusuk system, in knowing what are the issues, and be prepared for those issues to be kind of encountered and be able to overcome those issues, is what is going to help you in securing the package. We have seen this in the past. We definitely expect those to reoccur this one more time, but your preparation is what is going to help you all in getting the Nusuk Hajj packages, inshallah. I'm seeing some messages out here from, I think we got a lot of people waiting in the queue. I don't know if it is because we have gone over our limit of 100 plus people. That could be the reason.
Yeah, I don't see anything in the waiting area.
I am sorry that I did not have that limit taken care into, but we will get into them. Just let them know that we are actually running over limit. I don't think I'm going to, delay anymore on this one. Okay.
I can put that into chat group.
Yeah, thank you. And the last step is, as I mentioned, brothers and sisters, Bismillah, inshallah, if it all gets through, we will review the itinerary. Inshallah, that's going to be our goal. And when it gets through, we will be able to see all the packages listed out. And once again, the website that I want you all to bookmark is going to be the hajj.nusuk.sa. Please bookmark this. This is going to be very useful when the sale happens, that you don't have to be typing in the hajj.nusuk.sa into your browser. Rather, you have it ready as a bookmark, so that immediately, as soon as you open up maybe the default page, that is going to be used to basically allow you to quickly go into the web page itself. If you are still waiting for registration assistance, brothers and sisters, our the WhatsApp channel is open, our YouTube channel is open. We are still there to assist you to get your applications into the Nusuk, and also get it verified as well. All the while, brothers and sisters, we have been working towards completing these steps. Alhamdulillah, so far we have completed all of these steps that I have listed out. As I mentioned, Activity wallet is still not open. We will be also doing the test transfer of funds to the e-wallet when it becomes available. But today, as on today, there is no e-wallet open, and we can't top up the funds as well. If you have still not done any of the above steps, please plan to complete this as soon as possible. I had still a few people who are actually asking me over the WhatsApp and trying to find out if there is still time. I told them there is still time. There is still time. Nusuk, inshallah, can get it quickly verified for you. And inshallah, if there is a will from you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually has his the will that you go for Hajj, and inshallah you will be going to Hajj as well, inshallah, bismillah. Brothers and sisters, as I mentioned, Activate of e-wallet is still not open. Just wait for that. You will still be seeing this message, and do not panic at this point of time because that is not available. Now, what I want to do is, brothers and sisters, I have talked to you all about this, the changes that we have seen. All the packages will include options to select one of the two Mina camps. All packages have group flights, and some also offer just the custom flight through the GDS, and I'm going to walk you through this. This transportation selection is what you are also going to do, and we will jump into the demo itself now. And I have shown you this in the past. I don't want to go into this one, but now is the time I wanted to go in and dive into the demo itself. So you see this one now?
Yes, we can see your browser now.
Okay. All right. So what you are seeing here, brothers and sisters, is one another tip that I wanted to give is make a note of this, what I have shown on my screen. Do you see this highlighted thing? What I'm going to do is put it in the chat here. This is going to be our shortcut. When the time comes for you to log in, what you're going to do is you're going to use this as a shortcut to log into the Nusuk account rather than going in from here, okay? Rather than going in from here and clicking in on the login that takes you to this page. You see how I went into this one? What rather I would do is I'm going to just copy this one, have it a bookmark, and then be able to go directly into the login page. Time is critical at that point. Every second matters. The quicker you are, the better chance you have of securing the Hajj package, inshallah. So that is what you need to do. The other thing that I want to do is, since I'm using a browser, I'm going to be walking through each of these with some tips and some nice ways of working through this Nusuk platform. Is you have your username and password saved. You see how my username and password is saved in here? So the username and password is saved. I don't have to key in here. So all I do is username, and then the password actually comes in right there. And I have already verified the Cloudflare thing that you have to verify. That's the captcha thing that you have to also have it verified. And that is also going to help you quickly to get yourself up and running. Do not be in a position where you are entering the email address and the password, but rather have it saved. So it's a quicker way for you to be able to log in quickly into your account. I'm using a brother's account in here. So with this, I'm going to be logging in directly into the Nusuk account. I have the OTP coming in. So what do I do now? Now, as soon as I get the OTP, you may be thinking, okay, I have to go to the Gmail, whatever email is, and then open up the Gmail and then look at it. What I'm actually doing is I have another system which is on besides me. All I'm doing is I will open up that particular app that I have already besides me, that is nothing but a phone, and in which I have the email open already, and then I see the password. As soon as I see the password, I go and enter the password. That is going to take me to the main screen where the purchase of the package actually happens. So there you are. So it took me quickly 3 steps to get into the package configuration page. Now we will talk about this. So the 3 things that you need to remember is the URL that I have put in here, saving of the username and password, and then be able to quickly log in with the captcha that I provided to you. So that way you are going to be quickly into your dashboard from where you will be able to go in and check out from the main screen itself. In this case, I have actually configured it, but I'm going to start all over. And this is also one thing that you will note is you can empty your cart as on today by clicking on the empty your cart button in here. By clicking this card, you will go into the empty your cart, or you can also configure the package. But today, for now, I'm going to empty the cart. So that way we can demonstrate to you how we are going to configure the entire package. So now I'm going to remove this package from my cart so that I'm going to go in and do it as a fresh. And you know why this happened? Because I was actually logged into the other system, so that's why it threw me off. But never mind, we'll go ahead and do it one more time. All right, so one more time, the OTP. I am not changing my screens. I'm keeping that as is. I'm waiting for my OTP. OTPs have been pretty fast in recent times, but however, during the time of the sale, it definitely gets challenging, and that's where going to be your frustration. But stay calm. It's part of the Nusuk issues that you are going to encounter. But this way, as soon as I see the OTP on my phone, I quickly enter it in, and then I'm going into the Nusuk dashboard of my profile. Now I'm going to go in and log into my dashboard, be able to see my package has been removed. Now we'll go and check the packages. The way you do it is, brothers and sisters, one more time, what I did was clicked on packages. Now I see all the packages from all the different service providers. What we'll take a look into here today is what are the different ways that you can narrow down your search. There is a filter here that you can basically see what are the available packages. As on today, everything is available. Of course, all the packages are going to be available, but on the day of the sale, when the things are going pretty fast, things are getting sold fast, then this could be a good option for you to quickly come back and look at what are the available packages. Or the other way is what are the package categories that you want to go in and look at. That is also some of the options that you can look at. This way you can go and look at your preferred category. I would not advise this because I know that sometimes the filter does not work that well. Then there is also category type, public and custom. Again, I'm not going to be using this, but those are some of the options that are available. I may use the view available package only options when packages are getting sold, but let's for now keep this as is. I know there is also an option called packages includes group flight. Let's see if that works also, but I'm going to test this at a later point of time, but that's another option. Look at all of these as options that you can basically play around between now and the day of the sale. But for now, I'm going to show you a quick way of looking at what our packages are. If you look at the search bar, this is pretty much like a Google search. All I'm doing is I'm putting in DUR, which is nothing but DUR, and it basically is going to help me narrow down all the DUR hospitality packages. That's a quick way for me to get to DUR packages, and this is going to list all the DUR packages that are available as on today. You can see page 1 displays me about 8 packages. Actually, for some reason, there are other packages are not visible. Let me see why. And there is a good reason why, because I had the packages include the group flights. I'm going to uncheck that and you will see there are more packages now. So that's a good thing. That means the filter is actually working. So if you have unchecked the filter, now I'm seeing more of the packages. And if I were to select the filter of show me packages that have only group flights from the DUR packages, then this shows me a filtered down list of packages that have group flights in it. What we will do is we are going to uncheck this and let it all the DUR packages get displayed, and we will review those one by one. Now let me also tell you this is a view I as an US citizen or a US resident is going to see, and for most part you will also see some of these similar packages listed in UK, Europe, Netherlands, France, Germany, Italy, and as well as in Australia and other Sweden and other places. The only difference in this is the flights that are going to be offered. Everything else is going to remain the same. So let's take a look into each of these. And for now, I'm going to walk you through what the steps are of making and configuring a package. Let's say I want to start with a standard Al Baraka package as the package that I want to configure. Let's go ahead and click on view details. That's what you're going to do to get into the package summary. To begin with, you got to observe that this is got a starting price per person and does not include the price. Now you have an option. Once you think this price that you're seeing is what your budget is, and you think this is what your preferences is, you can mark as preferred. This is going to make this as a preferred package for you to come back and reconfigure it at any given point of time. I'm going to show you how this looks into your package. Let's say I mark this as preferred package. What is this name? Dur Hospitality Standard Alberca. And you see all the package details. I want you to pay attention and take a look into each of the details that is mentioned in here, primarily starting with the date. What date it starts with, what date does it end with, what are the total number of nights, how many nights in Mecca, how many nights in Medina. That is the total number of nights. The type of the package is standard. The zone is C. Again, don't give much importance to the zone Z. From what I have described, this is probably much better hotel than the zone C, which are further far away. The hotel, what are the accommodations that is offered inside of this particular package? Romance Awan Hotel, a very new hotel, renovated hotel, very good hotel, just about 1.4 kilometers away from Haram, has shuttle services all the time, very much accessible. It's one straight road down into the Ajaz Street that leads you into the Masjid al-Haram, Abdul Aziz Gate. Definitely a good hotel to consider. Once again, things that you want to pay attention to: the hotel name. It's not a residential building, by the way. It's actually a hotel. For some reason, Nusuk actually mentions them as a residential building. They are not. They are full-fledged services hotel, and that's what it is. And what I was trying to get to was the hotel's start date and the end date. That's the hotel in Mecca. The next one is Nusuk al-Iman. That's the hotel in Medina. Once again, pay details of this hotel. Once again, this hotel is just minutes of walk from the Masjid Nabawi. It is steps away from Masjid al-Nabawi. It is very close to Bab al-Salam Gate and Jannat al-Baqi. You can step straight into the Masjid al-Nabawi, and it's once again a very good hotel in the proximity of the Masjid al-Nabawi. This hotel, Masjid Rowan Awans, has shuttle services running, and throughout the period of your stay, you will have the shuttle services running. Most likely on the days of Hajj, like the 8th and the 11th and maybe the 12th, when a lot of people crowd into the Haram for the departure to Mina. During those days, you may not have shuttle services. And of course, you also don't want to be moving between Haram when you should be busy preparing to go to Mina at that point of time. But however, during the rest of the time, you have shuttle services round the clock running, city buses running, drops you right behind the clock towers and just about 200-300 yards away from the courtyard of Masjid al-Haram, leads you into King Abdulaziz Gate, which is the Umrah Gate, or also the Safa Marwa side as well. The next thing that you want to pay attention to is the package services. What's included, what's not included. Pay detailed attention to this. Almost all of the packages we should have, as per Nusuk, visa, Mecca accommodation, the Medina accommodation. Air travel is of course something that you are going to pay either as part of the group flight or as part of the custom flight. That's why it just shows you the dollar amount there. Catering is included, which means they have board meals in Medina and Mecca, full board meals during your stay in Medina. Transportation between the cities, what it means is Mecca to Medina, Medina to Mecca, wherever your stay is, and also Mecca to Mina and Mina back to Mecca. And of course, back from your Mecca hotel to Jeddah for your departure. An allocated guide, every person will have an allocated guide. All of these is some of the services that you should be paying attention to. Some of the packages also offer Adhai as part of the additional services that you can purchase. I don't recommend that. I ask that my group members wait for the Adhai to be purchased when we reach into Jeddah, or also you have an option to buy on online adhai.org. We will share all the details post the package sales. But for now, pay attention to what are the package services that are available, that are included, and that are not included as part of the package. That's what our aim today is. And the next thing is the cancellation policy. Once again, this is a standard template. This is not going to change from service provider to service provider. This is how Nusuk actually has it framed, and everybody has to abide by that cancellation policy. This cancellation policy, what it means is, if you have successfully purchased a package and for some reason, for things that are beyond your control, that results in you having to ask for a cancellation of your booking, that's what it actually means, not the refund of the e-wallet funds. So this cancellation policy applies to the purchase that you make of the package, and pay attention to this. This is going to be standard information across all these service providers. And I don't think there's going to be a reason for you to be asking for cancellation, but just in case, you never know, for any reason, if you have to cancel, those are the cancellation policies. Now, the final thing, let's go ahead and do the configuration of the package. This is where you start. Now, the package that we selected was Dur Hospitality Standard Al Barka. The starting price of this one is in Saudi Arabian Riyal. That's the Saudi Arabian Riyal symbol. And what it shows is the total price per person, excluding the flight. So let's go ahead and then jump into the next step, which is by clicking on this button, Configure Package. On some of the places, I have heard that they are not able to see the configure package. I would like to see those examples, but if you're on a phone or on a different pad or something that is probably not listing the configure package, then you may want to check back with some other devices like what I am doing today with my computer. So go ahead and then click on configure package. That starts the configuration of the package that you are going to do. Let's see what it comes up with. The first thing that has come up is from the thing that I had actually mentioned as the room type is nothing but the Mina camp. So in this package, the Dur is actually offering only Al Muassim camp as the option. Obviously, you have no other choice but to choose this particular camp. When you select this camp, you are selecting for yourself as an admin, but also for the group members as well. So everybody in this is going to be paying that per person price of 6,442.37 per item, which is nothing but per person. And that is what you are going to be including in your package configuration. So now I choose in the Al Muassim camp in this standard package, and my cost now started adding up by the price that you had actually seen, by deducting that price that you had initially of 25,000, because that was excluding the price of the flight. Now it adds up whatever is the package price to this. It adds up the cost of the particular Muassim camp, and you will see the cost go up in the next slides. So you go into the next slide is nothing but the room configuration. Once again, the prices will start shifting now, and here are the options that is available. There is, for each of the hotels in Mecca and Medina, you have to make a choice for yourself and for your family members. And either you are in double, either you are in triple, or you are in quad bed occupancy room. Now, if you are a husband and wife, if you are two people, then obviously you want to be together. You see the price is about 8,000 plus. From the quad bed, that is about 5,400 Saudi Arabian Riyal. Now that's how the price actually goes up and down depending on the room type selection. You will make a choice for you as well as for your account members. So in this case, since this is for a solo member, solo traveler, I'm going to be making a choice of a quad bed, and now it has added up the cost of the package by 5,401.28 Saudi Arabian Riyal for the cost of the Mecca hotel. Now I'm adding this with the Medina hotel as well. If you see, Nusuk Al-Iman does not offer either a single or a double or a triple option. The only option, brothers and sisters, for you all today is that you will be making a choice in the quad bed occupancy. If you are a husband and wife, and if you happen to be in the Nusuk Al-Iman hotel, then the option is only quad bed. In that case, the wife is going to be with the sister, sharing with some three other sisters. Likewise, the husband is going to be with three other brothers sharing in a quad bed. And it's okay. And it's a good time for you to meet brothers from different parts of the world, and also to make new friends up there. And Alhamdulillah, it's an opportunity which you will never get any other time in your life. And it's a matter of 3 to 4 days. and go ahead and make that selection. Just because of this one, do not delay making your configurations. Time is critical. So we move past selecting this as a room quadruple, and then the cost basically starts adding up. Now you see the total price has pretty much gone up to the price that we see in here. Nusuk actually tries to break this down. There is an watt amount here and all that is typical. You don't have to worry about it. All you need to make sure is that the price is actually taking the shape of what you are expecting it to be based on your budget. And we go into the next step, which is going to be some additional services. But for now, just remember the room type selection you are going to make for the Mecca and the Medina hotel for you and your account members. We go into the next screen. In the next screen, now you are going to be configuring some additional services. I ask that you quickly move past this one. I told you Adhai is not something that you need to worry about at this point of time. We will be worrying about this only if you are able to successfully purchase the package. Your aim and everybody's aim should be to quickly get to these steps. And I don't know why Nusuk puts this out in the middle, and it's maybe a tactics to delay it out. But brothers and sisters, don't fall prey to this one. Quickly go onto the screen, move past this one, just in case if you are doing this configuration on the day of the sale, you just don't want to waste time in here. Go on, click on the next. But for now, just understand that that's going to be one more additional screen that you have to get past. The next one is going to be where your flight selection is going to be. Most of the flights, and I'm going to share the details in here, have US, London. In US, it has Washington in some of the packages. It's got New York, JFK in some of the packages. In UK, it's got London in some of the packages. In some of the packages, there is Manchester. There's also Paris. There is Milano. There is Madrid. There is also what is that? Amsterdam. There are a few other cities that are actually covered inside of the Europe region as well. In here, if you opt for a group flight, if you think Washington is the right flight for you, you definitely take a look as to what the departure date is. It's actually arriving date here. So that's arriving on the 13th, and the return date is on the 1st, which is probably going to be on the night of the or early morning of the 1st. Take a look into all of the details in here so that you can plan your vacations accordingly, or also plan your connecting flights accordingly. Pay attention one more time. This is a group flight. This has no option for you to make any changes after you make a purchase of the package using the group flights. In case if you miss an inbound flight like from Washington to Medina, you will also be forfeiting the return flight from Jeddah to Washington. That's why it's important that you do not miss the Washington to Medina flight or the incoming flight. If you want to skip the outbound flight, then it's up to you. The inbound flight cannot be skipped, brothers and sisters. It's something that can be changed. And I want to make sure that you are fully aware of the dates of departure and making plans for your vacation, making plans for your connecting flight. But today I wanted to make sure that I take you through this step. What the step is nothing but to select the flight. In selecting the flight is using the checkbox. In some of the cases, you will have multiple options, and we'll go through that as well. In this case, there is only one flight option. Now, in this case, I'm not also selecting the custom flight. Because I opted as this example, we will go through and make the configuration of our package using the group flight, and that now adds up additional 9,475 Saudi Arabian Riyal to the total cost of the package. And there you go, the total price has now moved from 25 odd to 35 plus, and that's my total price including the group flight. That's the step that you will do for the service provider flight or the custom flight. What we are doing now is nothing but doing the group flight option. When you go on to click on to the next, it is going to give me the complete summary of all the things that I have selected from the Mina camp, from the room type and all that. But before that is nothing but the package transportation. Once again, the package transportation provided by the service provider, I ask that you choose that quickly. As I mentioned, The time is the essence of the critical time of that point. So make sure that you select the package transportation, that is by the coaches, by the buses, luxury buses. They're very good buses. In your cases, when you land into Medina, you will be, because that flight actually lands into Medina, you will be taken from Medina airport to the hotel by the coaches, and also from Medina to Mecca by the coach, from Mecca to Jeddah by the coach as well. That's the transportation cost. Nusuk basically breaks it down, and it also tells you the transportation between the cities and the mashayal sites is all by the inclusive, that's included inside of the package itself. The cost of the package has moved up a little bit more, and that's probably going to be the final price that you're going to pay for this particular package configuration that we have done. I'm really sorry for people who have not been able to get onto my call today. I did not anticipate that my account has limitation of 100 people. Inshallah, we will try to get this increased. Brother Samir, just put a message that we apologize for this.
Yes, I did already.
And this is where I wanted to spend time looking at the total price as on today. It gives you what the package that you have configured, all of the package services that you have included, all the transportation that you have, the group flight that you have, the camp that you have selected, the accommodations and the bed types that you have selected. Pay attention to all of these, and then you will be able to get through the details where you will see the total price of your package. And that's the amount, brothers and sisters, you got to be ready with before the e-wallet actually gets activated. Keep the money ready when the time comes. Before the time of the sale of the package, I want you to start funding it, but keep the money ready through the credit card, debit card, bank, not the bank transfer that I don't recommend, definitely not, but some other mechanisms that you think you can do it. That's the amount that you want to keep it ready, and you can see what is your e-wallet balance, and it tells you what is the cost of the package and how much, if there is any deficiency between the two, you should be ready to configure it. One last step is you will save these configurations. As on today, saving of the configuration does not lock you down to this particular package. This is only the time for you to explore, to see what is the packages, each of those packages, what is it means for you with the budget, with all the preferences that you need, and then you'll be able to make the save the configuration that finally tells you that the packages will be saved and ready for you to purchase. Once reservations are made, note the custom will not be saved. And this is another important point, brothers and sisters. Custom flights that you make with the configuration is not going to be saved. Those are all going to go away as soon as you leave it for a few minutes. That is going to be gone, and you have to, of course, come back on the day of the sale, do the custom flights, and go through those additional steps. But for today, this configuration that we are saving is for the group flight. It is going to be there at all the time. And this configuration is now saved on my dashboard. You can see that package is my preferred package. Brothers and sisters, I have gone through this one step of doing the configuration with one of the packages. There are many steps that we can do on this one. Now I want to show you how to empty and practice the steps. And I ask you practice this step as many times as you can and get yourself familiar with the ways of working. And the way you do it is with this package that I configured about a minute ago is I'm going to empty this package from my card and then be able to go back and then pick up another package. I can also configure the package and do other additional steps through this cart in here and the configure package button, or through the different option going through the configure camp. The way you do it is clicking on configure package. It takes you back again to the last step of the configuration package, and that's what you are going to do on the day of the sale, and we will walk you through that at that point. But for you understand that when you get to this last step, at that time it is going to make one thing available for you. When you select the package transportation, then there's going to be a purchase option button that's going to come up. I don't know why it's giving some problem. Again, there could be an issue with the Nusuk way it is actually working. And again, this is expected. During this period of time, you will probably see this happening all the time, and don't worry about it. For now, just move past this step and then do the configuration of the entire package. Maybe those two check boxes is what I needed to select. And of course, I have selected this one. On the day of the sale, instead of the save configuration, you will have a purchase package option available. For now, it's only going to be save configuration, and that's what you are going to do for today. And if I have to empty this one, I simply empty the card and come out of this one. Brothers and sisters, there is a lot of other packages, and we'll go through one more example. I want to go through this one example of custom flights option, and we'll go ahead and pick up one other package. For now, I'm going to choose one more package, and that package is going to be through this option of, once again, dual packages that I had selected. And we'll go ahead and see what dual packages have an option to custom flight selection. And I'm going to select the other package now. You saw me do this with Alberca. I'm going to do this with the first of this. Al Taisir is the package name. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to mark this also as a preferred package, and we'll go ahead and start the configuration. Once again, read through all the details: date, number of nights, package type, zone type not as much, the hotels that are provided in Mecca, the hotel in Medina. Most of the packages, brothers and sisters, in our dual packages starts in Medina first and then ends in Mecca, and they're all non-shifting, and they're very good because of one reason I advise non-shifting is because you don't have the hassle of moving your luggage and having to be away from Haram for a certain period of time in a place called Azizia, which is very far away than the hotel which is in closer to Haram. After you come back from Medina, given the number of days, nights that you are going to stay in Mecca, it's a good opportunity to be closer to the Haram, where you will be able to visit quite often. Once again, all the services, we're not going to go through this one, but we'll go through the configure package option. And then what we are going to do is, once again, select the Mina camp, then go on to pick up the next option. And in here, once again, the room type, quad and quad, quick selection, and go on to do the next step. And then you will see the additional services. Not going to waste time in here. Click on the next one, and then you are going to go into the flight selection option. In this flight selection option, as I said, okay, here's the good option that I was talking about. I have two options to select from for the group flights, either New York or all Toronto. You can definitely be in US, select the Toronto flight as well. If you want to fly to Toronto and take a flight from there, it's up to you. Or you can take a flight from New York to Medina, or the group flight from New York. If you are a resident of Atlanta, you want to fly to New York, then you have to make your own flight arrangement to reach from Atlanta to New York, and then be there at least 24 hours before the departure of the New York flight, the group flight. This is important because you don't want to miss this group flight. If you miss the group flight, you are also losing out, firstly, the opportunity to be on time in Medina, and also you will be paying out of your pocket to come into Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by making your own flight arrangement, because that flight that you missed is already a canceled ticket. You have also lost the incoming or the outbound flight from Jeddah as well, because that's a airline policy. It's not something that Door's policy. It is an airline policy. If you miss an inbound flight, your also outbound flight is automatically canceled. So that's why, brothers and sisters, if you are going to be catching a flight from a group flight from a different gateway from your city, make sure that you are reaching there at least 24 hours time. That gives you ample amount of time, just in case there is a cancellation of your local flight, you will be able to quickly go in and make arrangements there. Now let's go ahead and see at a custom flight option. Number one is, this is the portion that you will be concentrating on if you want to make your own flight arrangement. And I'm going to walk you through each of those steps. Firstly, begin by acknowledge and select a flight button. Click on that one. It's going to take you into a configure the flight trips option. This is actually integrated with Al Musafir, as I have been telling. That's the, actually, if you can go in and check, that's like an Expedia.com or a Booking.com where you can book your flights. It has some important information that I want you to start paying attention to. Given the package start date and arrival date, these dates are going to be set into this particular system to not allow you to come before the package or wait to after the end of the package itself, or rather depart way too many days after the departure date. So it has to be between the start date and end date, a 24-hour before the start of a package and maybe 24-hour to 48-hour after your package ends. Those are the dates, and it clearly tells you what your start date and end dates are. Once again, the amendment options in here are also limited. You can request for a change of the flight because Nusuk by intention wants you to arrive into Jeddah by the specific dates and time, and you can basically ask for the change of the flight start date or the end date. Of course, you can select any type of the classes, which is like an economy class or a business class or a first class in this particular case, unlike in the case of the group flights, which are all going to be economy flights. In here are two options. One is a round trip with only the departure city and then arrival city and returning back to the city from where you started. But also you have a multi-city option. And I advise that depending on your case and most of the time, I advise that you choose the multi-city option. In that way, you know you want to reach Medina first because the package has been starting in Medina first, and also that their departure is going to be from Jeddah. Use that for Jeddah to return back again to your destination place. I'm going to walk a couple of scenarios. Number one is assuming that you did not have any group flights offered in a package. Assuming you did not have, number case is that you did not have any group flights offered in a package, or another case is where you want to make your own flight arrangement from a different city than what the group flights offered. Now, by default, this is giving you some Kahuli or some place, I don't know where that one is. But what you need to do is, of course, you go in and type in the city. In this case, I'm going to type in, let's say, for example, I'm going to type in Atlanta as the region, and I'm going to key in Medina as my arrival city since my package begins there. These are some of the abbreviations of the airports that you want to be ready with, so that when you type in quickly, you are able to see the cities come up on this particular screen so that you are quickly making your choices and moving forward. Likewise, my return is going to be Jeddah, and of course, I'm going to say I want to come back again to Atlanta. In this case, I'm putting in Atlanta and clicking on the search flight options. This is going to list out all the flights that are offered through the Al Musafir platform. Take a look. It does take time and sometimes act funky. So be aware that this system could be playing at different times in a different ways. In this case, it's giving me the cheapest option available with maybe Qatar Airways, 7,500. I can take a look into those. It does give me the flight just like any other Expedia or Booking.com. It gives me exactly the same way options for me to select the flights. Quickly decide beforehand as to what your flights are going to be. Remember, on the day of the sale, this prices is going to fluctuate because that's actually a real-time prices of the airlines that is offered on that particular date. Once again, you are paying attention to the departure date, return date, number of travelers, the cabin class that is offered in here, economy, and the price that you have selected in here is what, depending on the airways, I'm going to make a choice. In this case, I'm making a choice of the first of the flights that I think I'm comfortable with. That's the flight I'm going to select. Now it's going to take me into the point where it's going to ask me to select the passengers. The passenger details are up there. I'm going to make a selection of this particular passenger. No frequent flyer numbers. If you want to add, you can of course add that. Acknowledge this. Click on the acknowledge button and click on submit. This is going to go through the process of selecting the flight for you and keeping it ready for you to check out. And that process is what you're going to see as under process. Sometimes, once again, Nusuk and then the connectivity between the two systems can also go wrong. Once the flight is selected, you will see some kind of a message up here like flight selected. You click on OK, and then that flight configuration is already available for you. And you do one more time the package transportation selection. All of that has now added the price. Go back and look at the price that we had in the past with the other package was 31,105 something. Now this has 32,725. You're done with the package selection. You click on next. You go on to do the final configuration step of checking all the prices options, and that details is all going to be listed up here. The flight that you selected, the custom flight, and those details are all available for you. This detail is all you're going to be seeing as on today. You can make any number of selections. That flight is not going to be set for you. The flight is not going to be selected for you. It is only for you to be comfortable as what your right flight configuration should be. You can save this configuration. It only saves you for a certain period of time because that's an integrated system with Al Musafir. It's not going to hold the flight for you until the day of the sale. So when you come in on the day of the sale, I'm going to show you how exactly to do this before the day of the sale. And that's for a later day, brothers and sisters. For today, just remember what flight you configured will not be on hold for you until the day of the sale. So what we saw, brothers and sisters, is one way of configuring your flights using the custom flights. Now, once again, as I said, I can all the time make this as go away from my card. There are going to be some of those packages that you can save in, and I'm going to talk to you about how those favorites are actually saved. But for now, remember, those are the options that you have. You can basically empty the cart anytime and then go on to do another package as another example to try it out for you to see for you and your family what best package within the budget, within the preferences that you want to configure it for. Now, that was a lot of things that I covered, but here are some package details I wanted to share you. Now, there are a lot of packages that I actually went ahead and configured, and what I'm sharing on my screen is the packages from US, UK, Europe, and anywhere in Europe. These are some of the packages offered from Dur. These packages are in varying sizes depending on the start date, end date. Most of the hotels are actually three hotels that are there: Romance Awan, Ryan Mashire, Courtyard Marriott, Makaram Ajia. These are the only hotels that are offered inside of the Mecca region. While in Medina, it's Pullman Zamzam, Asafa Golden, Nusuk Aliman, and Skyview. These are the hotels that are offered in Medina for both the US, Europe regions. Those are the options that we have. Most of the packages have the group flights in it. Those group flights you can see for particular this one we already saw it is New York, JFK, and Toronto. In Alberta we saw it was actually Washington, and Al Safa in Al Safa it is New York, JFK, and Toronto, Washington. In Al Hijra there is no group flights offered. However, you can make your custom flight. So, brothers, one thing is good. This year, all of these packages, you can make your own custom flight. I'm going to show you one more example. I really wanted to cover that one as well. But for now, understand that all packages have custom flights offered. All packages of standard have only almost Al Muassim as the Mina camp as an option. Premium and luxury have the option of Majar al Kapsh or Al Muassim camp, and we'll do that example also. You can select either Majar al Kapsh or Al Muassim. Depending on that, the cost of the packages go up. In this case, I have a luxury package in Makara Majid in Makkah, Pullman Zamzam, start date 18 to end of the 1st June. And on a cot occupancy, you see Majar al Kapsh as the Mina camp selected, costing about 52,312 Saudi Arabian Riyal on a cot bed occupancy. This is including the group flight offered in that particular package, which is nothing but from Toronto Pearson International Airport. You can, of course, make your custom flight, and that also gives you a bit of flexibility with how and where you want to depart from. If you want to be also in a luxury package but are okay to stay in Al Muassim camp, that's also an option. And that could bring down your price by about close to 4,700 Saudi Arabian Riyal. and that's what the total price that you see for that particular package. That is for the US originating from Toronto Pearson. Likewise, you have, sisters, a lot of the packages that you are seeing in here are from UK, Europe. All of these are flights, group flights that are offered in these particular packages. London, Amsterdam, Milano, Malta, for much of the standard packages in here. Also, the Manchester is another option that is for UK, Paris, Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester, Paris for the luxury packages. But in addition, you have the option to basically also make your custom flight. All of these packages have pretty much the same names. It's just that the flight information is going to be different for US and for North America and for Europe region people. So that's the differences, brothers and sisters, that we have in these packages. Alhamdulillah, I really feel good about the packages offered by Dur. I really ask you all to consider these packages. These have very good facilities and the prices are amazingly really good. I think you will definitely have all the good services for the price that you are going to be paying for these particular packages. I know I'm trying to get through a lot of this information, but these are some of the things that you can definitely get for the services offered by Dur Hospitality Services. So that's one thing that I wanted to cover. Let me do one thing. Today, I'm going to stop at this point and take much of your questions and try to get through those answers as well. Let's do that way today, brothers and sisters, because I know I'm trying to get through a lot of this information and I really want to go through some of your questions and difficulties that you're all feeling about.
Assalamu alaikum, Mujib.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, there's going to be a lot of questions. So I ask everyone to be patient and raise their hands, wait for their turn, and everyone will get their turn, okay? And try to keep your questions about what we talked about today, okay? So if you have any other general questions, you can wait. Please wait so that other people get a chance as well. Okay, inshallah. I'll start with brother, I think there was a brother named Abdurrahman. He had it for a long time, his hand. Abdurrahman,
You
brother,
can
go ahead.
lower the hand,
Okay.
Farhan, once.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, thank you, brother, for your guidance. I have a question with regard to the number of days. I see that for the standard group flight, you have 19 days. But because of my job, I have to come back by May 31 instead of June 4th. Is there a way after I purchase this group flight then to ask for accommodation to come back on May 31 after the Hajj?
Okay, so I understand the question, but when you buy a group flight, the dates are fixed, as I mentioned. The inbound flight date and the outbound flight dates are fixed. Now, also the package start date of the hotel stays in Medina and Mecca are fixed. Now, it's up to you. If you choose a group flight and you want to leave early, obviously you are going to forfeit the outbound flight that was offered as part of the group flight and making your own arrangements to fly out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by making your own flight arrangement. Yes, you will of course not be refunded, and secondly, you will be forfeiting the the group flight that was offered as part of the package.
So there is no way to pay like penalties to change that flight, like 100 as they do very often with the airline?
Unfortunately, since it's a group flight, the outbound has to be worked with the airlines. I can't guarantee you about how the airline is going to be, making changes to that flight. But in most cases, you will end up, probably either paying more or probably ending up entirely forfeiting that outbound flight.
Okay, my final question, and then to let the other people come. Are you planning to have a standard group flight for 16 days or 14 days? I see you have one for luxury, but are you planning to add one standard for 14 or 16 days or no?
No, all these flights that you're seeing are all fixed at this point of time. The start, the dates of the flights, as mentioned on the packages, can slightly vary depending on the final purchase of the group flights. As on today, no service provider could have got the complete purchase the package. They would have made a block purchase of the group flights, but the exact date and time could be around the dates that we are actually providing inside of the Nusuk Hajj platform. But you will not have anything shorter from what is already being published today on the Nusuk platform.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khairan.
Yeah. And just
Thank
to
you,
add
brother.
here, brother, in case people want to do the, wanting to cut short the trip, my advice is considering doing it through the custom flights so that you have the options of making your own plans by shortening your trip, might be by coming in or maybe going out early from the region of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you. Brother Dishan, go ahead.
Alaikum.
Assalam.
Alaikum assalam
My
wa
question is
rahmatullahi.
with regards to UK. I have seen your packages which you are showing here, but we don't have any flight from Birmingham, and that will make
Unfortunately,
it little,
yes.
that will make it little difficult for me to travel to London.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is if I go to other people, other providers,
Uh-huh.
and comparing your packages,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting a flight from London, comparing your
Uh-huh.
package, which is 34,000.
Uh-huh.
Their package is coming up little cheaper, cost effective too,
Uh-huh.
and they are providing the what you call it, the group flight. So why should I choose yours?
Good
I'm
question.
not
Number
challenging you.
one
I'm
is,
I'm
yeah,
asking you to convince
other
me
than
so
the
that
flight
I should
being,
stick.
other than the flight being the case, Brother Zishan, I ask that, consider, of course, it's your wish as to what best meets your criteria of, the flight is being, of course, one of the criteria for you, but also what are the type of hotels that you are going to be in? How are closer are they to the haram? What are the different facilities that you are getting as part of that particular package? If it's a matter of few hundred, a thousand here and there, but all of that, it should be compared against the accommodation. That is actually going to be very critical for you during the stays inside of Mecca and Medina. And if they are equally good, then Alhamdulillah, I would be very happy that, the number one is that you go to Hajj. And secondly, if you are with me in the Dude package, is definitely, will be happy to have you as part of my group. But if not, also, I always wish, any best package that for you to be on Hajj is what my ultimate goal is going to be.
Understand. The second suggestion is, the package you are showing, the summary of these packages. I know you have put down the start date and the end date. If there is another column which gives number of days, that will be very helpful. I know we can calculate. We all
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
very quick,
sure.
sharp mind. But if you put down the number of days, that will be very easy for us to summarize, like UK, London, and these are the number of days.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
we can
absolutely.
indirectly see, but it's not there.
Yeah, one general rule of thumb for all of this is, and how the packages are configured is, for luxury, it is only 3 days in Medina, and the rest of the days is, of course, in Mecca. For all of the other packages in premium and standard, it's going to be 4 days in Medina and rest of the days in Mecca.
So regarding this, the question is, out of these, which I see from UK all the way down, I don't know what's the start date and the start number, and the end number is 32. So which are the luxury one and which are the standard and premium? It doesn't say here. If you
By
know
the
what I
name
mean.
itself, you can see that this is luxury.
Oh,
The
okay.
name itself is in premium, but the name itself is standard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. You got it?
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
Thank you
brother.
very much, sir.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Sister Amina Fulgham. Sister Amina.
Can you hear me? I'm
Okay,
having trouble.
Yes.
we hear you.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, on this side. We are forfeit.
Are you there, Sister Mina?
Okay, we'll come back to her. Sister
Sorry,
Zubeda.
but I don't want to echo.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Okay. So my question, I have a couple of questions. The group flight, I'm trying to see if I select the group flight from JFK, and I have to book my flight from Atlanta to JFK. I don't really understand whether the time is AM or PM on the group flight. That it would be very helpful if they put that in there. It doesn't look like they have the 24-hour format. It looks like they have the 12-hour format. So like 10:50, they just put 10:50 and they don't put whether it's like AM or PM. So that's something that maybe they can improve in
Okay.
putting it out there. So I'll
Mhm.
let you answer that question before I ask my second one.
Yeah, I think the most of, I mean, again, see some of the flights that you're seeing are, of course, pretty much something that you can figure this one out when you go on to see what flights actually go out of JFK, which are actually, let's say in this case, Egypt Air, because that tells you what airline it is. That way you can basically see, okay, this actually goes on this particular date and time, because there's not going to be any special flights arranged for the Hajj, by the way, by any of the airlines. It's pretty much all the same flights that fly out of New York, and if it is of this particular airline, they are of that particular time slots that they normally fly from that particular gateway. So let's say, for example, if I were to say Qatar, normally in Atlanta, it flies around 8:30 or 9 o'clock at that point of time. In this case, if I'm looking at Egypt Air 982 from Washington, that's what is going to be. It's actually 12 hours. I think it's a 24-hour format. That's what it looks like to me, because if you see Jeddah, it says 23 hours. So obviously it is a 24-hour format. So it's probably flying out
Okay.
at 12 a.m. on the 12th, most likely, because you are reaching, yeah, that's 12th. That's where it is. Yeah, you see this here. It says 12th May at 12 a.m. and you are reaching Cairo on the 13th May at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and flying out of Cairo on the 13th May at 7:50 a.m. and reaching Medina
Got it.
on 13th May at 9:40 a.m. So those are pretty good details in there that you can see
Yeah,
for
no, that's
yourself.
fine. The flight that I had in my group flight in the package I selected, it didn't have the 23-hour time,
Oh,
so
I
I did
see.
not
Okay.
pick it up on like the way you show it here. Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
that. Second thing is that I appreciate you showing Atlanta as an option for the custom flight, but my
Mhm.
only concern is this: if I pick the custom flight, because it doesn't get saved and the price of the flight may change on the day of the package sale, do
Mhm.
you agree that it's a risk that I may not have enough? Like, let's say I configure the package and I get, like, let's say it says 42,000 Saudi Riyal, and let's say I put 43,000, but then
Mhm.
it comes the day for the sale, I was able to get everything right, and then I add the custom package, and it becomes more than I have there. What is your advice on those of us who will want to opt for the custom flight just because the departure city doesn't really, or we don't live in the departure city? What's your advice to make sure we have the right amount of funds, to accommodate the shift in the price of the flights,
I got your
custom
point.
flights?
Absolutely. So custom flight, many in the past have successfully been able to purchase the custom flights. It actually turns out to be cheaper priced than actually what is offered in going through the group flight, given also the comfort of actually flying out of your own city rather than having to go into another city to catch the group flight. The fluctuation of the price is true because on the day of the sale is what you are going to be paying for the prices that is going to be listed on that particular website for any flights flying out for the days of your preferences. In generally, we have seen this, right? The prices go normally high as it gets closer to the departure date. Uh, but how much does it fluctuate? It may fluctuate by a few $100s. It may not go like a couple of $1,000s. So if I were to go with a flight from Atlanta to Medina with all these stopovers using Qatar, I would say anywhere like $1,000 could be the maximum that it could vary from the day that I'm seeing today to the actual day of the sale, which is next 15, 16 days away, that it may not really be that big of a difference. So if I were to fund my wallet, e-wallet, I will probably add in a little extra for a couple of reasons. One is, of course, to the custom flight fluctuation, which I actually can pretty much know a day before the sale itself because I can still configure my flight a day before, and I know a day before the sale, a night before the sale, the what is the flight that is going to cost me, and I can clearly see between tonight and tomorrow morning on the day of the sale, it may be a couple of $100 that may probably be higher than what you are seeing, and in fact, it can be probably cheaper. So given that, I would add like $1,000 additional, just as a backup for number one is to the custom flight, and also just in case you have another second preferred CAD package that you wanted to go ahead and have that as a backup. That would be my advice, Sister Amina.
Okay, last question. Thank you. Last question. Once you configure your package and it's in your cart, I would have expected that when you go in, if you wanted to review what you already selected, that you will see it. But what it keeps asking me either to reconfigure the package or empty the cart. Like when I already configured it, it gave me the price, like let's say 36,000 Saudi Riyal. But when I go back in there, it doesn't take me to that. It doesn't give me a review. It gives me the option to either empty the cart or configure. And I see the same thing on your screen. So I'm wondering if that is what we should expect, or do you think that, or is it a system limitation where once you select in your cart, you cannot really see the full 35 or the fully configured package? Rather, it will give you the option to either empty your card or go back to reconfigure the preferred package. And that's all I have.
Yeah,
Thank you so
it's
much.
yeah. So the way Nusuk has designed this application, the step for getting it to is on the day of the sale, you are actually going in to do the final check by clicking on that configure package button. That is probably going to take you to the last step of the configuration, which is nothing but the transportation before you see the final checkout payment becomes optional available. So if you are today, as of today, this is not available for anyone, and it's not going to be available until the day of the sale itself. That is going to be available on the day of the sale. And when you start from this configure package by checking out, it takes you to the final step, which is the transportation step in case of already a group flight selected. But in case of a custom flight, it actually starts from step number 4. If you have done few minutes before the sale actually happens, then you probably will not have to go through step 4, but rather you would probably be in step 5, because this section of the number step 4 for custom flights would not have expired if you had done it a few minutes before the sale. But if it was done like, let's say, 30 minutes before the package sale actually started, then it probably could have got expired. You would probably go from step 4 and then go on to step 5 and then do step 6 on the day of the sale. However, for these people who have actually got a group flight, they will be taken straight into step number 5, where you actually saw today a configure or a save configuration. It will have like a checkout button becoming available, which is then going to take you to the final payment checkout screen, and that is going to where you are going to complete the purchase of the package itself. That is by design how Nusuk has actually done it.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair. Yasir, brother Yasir, in. We don't hear you, brother. Okay, can go to the next person. Shafkat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa
Salam
rahmatullahi wa
wa
barakatuh.
I have like probably about 3 questions. First question is, when I'm browsing the packages, is it possible, what exactly do you see if that specific package has a group flight 1, and which state it's flying from 2, and also which scholar is going to be my guide in that specific package? Is it possible to see that, or is it something that is going to be revealed somewhere at the end?
Okay. So let me go through the reverse one. So number 1 is the scholar or the guide is not going to be mentioned at this point of time in any of the package by any of the service provider. That is only known through groups like us, where our Imam is Abu Muhammad al-Maghrabi. Alhamdulillah, he's going to be our spiritual guide, an amazing scholar to be around with. We've been together in the previous Hajj, and Alhamdulillah, he's done about 14 plus Hajj. Very well known knowledge of student. Inshallah, he will be our scholar for the journey of Hajj, inshallah, this year as well. And inshallah, along with him will be guide like me and others who will also be joining in to help from UK and other places in Amsterdam. If we have a good number of people who are going to be buying the Dur hospitality packages. That's with respect to the guide. Number 2 is with respect to what packages are offering group flights, is something that you can see on my filter in here. I have done 2 things on the screen. If you look at the search bar, I have entered in Dur as the option for me to filter out from all the different packages that are listed out here. And I wanted to narrow down on the Dur, so that's what I have done. I don't even have to click at the enter it by just keying in the DUR on the search bar. I have already filtered out the packages that are offered by Dur Hospitality Services. But as for what the group flights are, is of course I can see by checking in the box on this filter, by clicking the packages include group flights, that is going to list out only the packages that have the group flights in this. So if you see now, it has narrowed down the list to only about 8 packages from about 12 to 14 packages that were offered that were both with group flights and with custom flights, or rather with no group flights in them. So this is one of the ways that you can quickly go back and filter it out. However, it does not tell you what the group flights are out straight away on the listing page, which is what is the product listing page or the package listing page. You have to go into the details of this by clicking the view details and having to go through the step number 3, where you are going to be seeing the group flights listed out for that particular package.
Meaning I have to go to that specific part in order to see where it's going to be flying from, right?
Correct. And that's why I have prepared this sheet for you all. This sheet will tell you all the flights that are offered for all the packages, and you can see on the screen that I'm sharing right now for each of the packages as to what the flights offered are, what are the Mina camps offered, and what is the hotels that are offered. Everything is in here. There is nothing beyond what is actually listed on my cheat sheet in here that is going to be there on the particular package.
Gotcha. Jazakallah khair. And second question is regarding the configuration. I think this would be the addition to what the
You are
sister
not
was.
under the question, ma'am.
Sorry, Brother Abdullah.
Many option jidin ko didi.
Brother
Ben
Abdullah,
group
if you can
flight ko
unmute.
group flight o. Awa ta change de dun dong. Titai a change dun dong.
Brother
Brother Waji, I think
Shaukat?
you can mute them from your
Yes.
side, I think.
Yeah, I did. Brother Shaukat?
Yes. So regarding the configuration of the packages, in order to purchase the package, you have to go through the configuration part, and in order to get it into the card. Is that correct? It's not
Yes.
like
Yeah.
putting that heart button, which is preference, is not
No.
the
Yeah, that is only giving you the preferred package right on the dashboard itself, like in here, to quickly go in and then look at the package rather than going through the the
right
checkout button in here. You
whole
have to
thing.
go through a couple of steps to go through the preferred package.
And you can put only one, you can configure only one package for it to get to the card, right?
There's options in here. You see this in here? If you click on this, this is what it's going to look like for you. If you keep adding in your preferred packages. So you go in here, click on my package, it will start adding your preferred packages. I think you can choose up to 5 preferred packages.
Up to 5 preferred packages.
Yeah, it'll add it like a preferred package. Let me do one
but
more.
only one goes into the card, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just one goes into the card.
Okay, and when I was going through those steps, in terms of choosing the double, triple, quadruple, some of them were saying, as a matter of fact, when you were demonstrating on the screen, rooms are not available. Does it mean that the other people have already selected it and it's just out of?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. So in the time of Hajj, double rooms and triple rooms becomes a challenge to be accommodated given the demand and then the availability. Some service providers trying to make it within one hotel to make it better organized will try to limit the number of rooms given the hotel that it has to offer for all the pilgrims. Some of the options are actually limiting the number of room types to just one so that they have more of the people accommodated. Then if two people were to occupy one full room, then obviously there is lesser rooms for lesser number of people. But if the packages remain unsold and then there are still rooms, then that, let's say you had purchased a quad room as an option, but you can upgrade it at a later point at the time of checking by paying in additional, and then you get the upgrade as well. So that's one of the reason why the room types are actually limited, given the demand and then the availability. They actually offer in particular in Medina case, you see that they don't have option of triple, double, and single, unlike in the case of Makkah where there are probably more rooms where they have ability to offer you double, triple, and quad.
Got it. So it is within my interest to select now so that for example, if I want to go for triple, then right now if the people are selecting it, then obviously it's going to run out, and it's going to show simply room is not available. So I have to select it now, right? In order to reserve
Not
and put
not
it in
not
the cart.
necessarily. Nothing is going to be reserved for you now for anybody, by the way. Selecting a room today is by no means a guarantee that you will have that room also available for you on the day of the sale. And nothing is actually locked for anyone at this point of time. It is what it is available as on today, as on the day of the sale. It could be totally different given the things that play out at that point of time. It is all going to be moving fast. People would have already made purchases by the time you come to the screen. There would have many purchases already been done. When I say that's how fast things move. So as on today, if I select this or I select what is this, the triple room, by no means I am guaranteed that tomorrow when I come back, this triple room is actually reserved for me.
Got it. And one last question, and I appreciate your patience. Jazakumullah khair. Regarding for example, I chose, let's say, 40,000 riyal package, and but
Mm-hmm.
I put in my account e-wallet, say 50,000 riyal, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be on the safe side. So let's say they are opening the e-wallet next week.
Most likely, yes, inshallah.
So let's say I put this 50,000 riyal next week, and the day of sale when they open it, already let's say 3 weeks have passed. But I purchased at the end of the day 40,000 riyal package, and I have 10,000. What happens regarding the refund of those 10,000? Am I going to be charged a percentage because I put in my e-wallet 50,000 early rather than the later on?
Yeah, so there's a refund policy that Nusuk has. They normally charge a 2.5 plus 15% VAT on the refund amount of 2.5%, which totals to 2.65%, only on the amount that has been deposited more than 3 weeks and longer from the time you ask for a withdrawal request. That is a small amount that everybody has to pay as part of the refund process. It is not the service provider who actually withholds that money. It is through the Nusuk processing fee that they are going to be charging for everybody. So for the 10,000 that remains, if it has been more than 3 weeks that money was deposited into your e-wallet, that is going to be 2.5% plus 15% VAT on the 2.5%, which totals to 2.65%. It's a small amount in the grand scheme of things. It's in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are all spending for Hajj. That's eventually you have to be paying, and they are going to withhold, and then the rest of the money is going to be transferred over to the method by which you actually funded the wallet.
Yeah, so it's better to put in your wallet closer to the sale
That's my
date.
advice. That's my advice. That's why I have been advising to hold on to the e-wallet part, and I will tell you exactly when to do it. We've got sufficient time, and this is a good topic I want to cover is e-wallet. Don't worry, nothing is happening at this point of time. Nobody's going to be able to purchase the package. Even if you have money, all the money in the e-wallet, it's not going to be of any use. So just wait until it gets open. When it gets open, we will tell you how to do a small test, and we will let you know when to really, really fund based on what your package is. That's when you want to fund your e-wallet.
Jazakallah khair, and I really appreciate your efforts, and may Allah reward you immensely. Jazakumullah khair.
Thanks, brother.
Jazakallah
Yes.
khair. Next one is Fanta Sel or Fanta Sal. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
It's okay.
Sister
Assalamu
Fanta.
alaikum. Thank you.
Walaikum salam.
I have two quick questions. My first one is that being that there's three categories like luxury, premium, and standard, will there be guides at each hotel depending on your category, or will we all meet only when we have maybe ziyarah, performing Hajj and Umrah?
Yes. So let's say we have many people spread across two different packages. Now, any number of people who are in different hotels, if my group is going to be in multiple hotels, we have at least two guides who will be distributed between the different hotels. Generally, Nusuk allows for every 50 people one guide. If we are spread like 25 in two different hotels, then obviously we will be making rounds. Most of the time, the guys come into picture in ensuring pre-departure, all the logistics been worked out, all the Hajj rituals have been planned with the group members, ensuring that their arrival is actually taken care of, then their room allocation is taken care of, and ensuring that they are fully accommodated, ensure that they are received at the airport, ensure that they have the hotel room to stay in, and their comfort is actually taken care of. At that point, they are pretty much on their own. The Hujjaj are pretty much busy with their doing their ibadat, visiting Haram and going back and forth. In between, we try to organize general, classes with respect to Hajj rituals, trying to prepare the Hujjaj in one of the hotels, in one day in one hotel, another hotel, trying to educate as the days of the Hajj comes closer, or if it's a time of the ziyarah, we ensure that we are informing the Hujjaj and trying to be with the Hujjaj for the ziyarah tour or for the Rawda visit, or when we are departing to Mina, we are together in Al Muasim camp, on one of them in Majar al Kabsh camp. So every time then there is an event or an activity associated, the guides are there. And of course, in case of any emergencies or any assistance that is needed on call, whenever somebody needs it, the guides are always there on standby.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. My last question, I you said earlier that one of the standard hotels was just steps away from the Haram. Now, do you mind going over maybe how close each hotel is in regards to the standard and premium? Because sometimes I've tried to Google it, but Google is not accurate.
Actually, this is actually pretty accurate. I'll tell you how that one is, right? So let's say this is Ryan Al Mashair Hotel. That's where I am going to go into, which is one of the hotel in Mecca. By the way, all the hotels in Medina are just around the periphery of the Masjid Al Nabawi, so don't have to worry there. If you're able to see my screen, that's Ryan Al Mashair. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Right?
I am.
And the other one I'm going to say is King Abdul Aziz Gate in Mecca. That's what my destination is. So if you see this street, it's one street straight down. It's actually down the hill. This is an up the hill when you come up. That's a steep hill, and this is also kind of a flat and down the hill. But in total, if you look at this, this is where the Hotel Ryan Mashar is, and that's King Abdulaziz Gate. That's literally the gate to enter for Umrah. And you see in somewhere in here the Safa starting point. This road is one straight road down this straight taking you to the Haram. There's nothing in between. And most of the buses fly from run through this route because there is a bus stand down this route, which is what is called as Kudai, or the bus stand where the buses come and stop, or like they have a transit port there. When the buses actually pass through the street, including from the hotel, they actually stop at the hotel, and also from the hotel there is a transit that happens throughout the time. You see the Kudai stop number 18, that's actually a bus stop, and buses stop right in front of that particular hotel. But if you choose to walk, it's about like 15 minutes walk because it's down the hill. Coming up the hill is going to be a challenge, and literally there is nothing in between the Masjid Al Haram gate and this hotel, and it's one straight street down. That's hotel number one. So let's also take a quick look while we are here at Yard by Marriott Hotel, right? And that's the other hotel. That's about just 2 kilometers away. And once again on the same street, these two fall on the two street, and it's about half a kilometer away from the one another. And again, you see the bus stop in there. There's another bus stop which stops right in front of that hotel. In addition to this city buses, there is also shuttle coaches from the door, which actually runs from in front of the hotel all the way to the King Abdulaziz Gate. That's how close these hotels are. And these are all very good hotels. And while it is away from much of the crowd happening, but at the same time gives you the access to visit Haram, all the 5 prayers, given the round the clock buses that run. There is a bus stop that they come and drop you right behind the clock towers. You just come out of it, you walk to Haram, come back, get on a bus, it brings you back to the hotel. That's the two hotels that we have in here. Romance Awan is right around the corner in here as well. So it's a little bit closer from Courtyard Marriott, but that's another hotel. Makarama Jihad is just about what, like maybe 300 meters away. That's the most closest part, and that's the best hotel that I have seen in any of the hotels offered. There you go. It's about
Okay,
500
so
meters.
they're pretty walkable then, because I'm just afraid of the
Absolutely.
bus because it might be you might get there longer being on the bus. Walking is quicker, pretty much.
Yeah, oh yeah. I advise
Yeah.
walking one way, but I don't advise walking up. It's not really that easy walkable back up. Yeah, I have done that walk myself. It's not that easy.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much.
yeah. Cost. Mhm.
جزاه
Nice.
خير. Ahmed Saad.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a question
Welcome.
on the flights. So I posted in the chat, there's some connecting flights, not even from the custom packages, but just the default group flights. Let's take an example. I'm flying out of Toronto Pearson Airport. First, there's one stop in Cairo, and then from Cairo into Jeddah. So what happens in the event that the flight departure from Toronto is delayed to reasons beyond our control? I don't know, bad weather, incident at the airport, and then it results in us missing the second flight from Cairo into Jeddah. What's the procedure in that case?
So obviously, any flight missed for the let's say in this case Toronto Pearson, Egypt Air. There's only one Egypt Air, obviously going given particular day. You would probably end up losing 1 day of your stay in Medina because there's no way for the service provider to have another standby flight for you just in case because of the bad weather or of any other incident happening there with the flights, whatnot. Obviously, you will probably have to wait for the next flight from the same airline, and that's the flight that you are going to take. Of course, the Cairo one is still going to be the same connecting one when you reach in to Cairo. The same connecting flight the next day you are going to be going in and catching the Cairo flight back again from into Medina.
But so
Some
that'll
of the
be
things are beyond anybody's control that no service provider is going to guarantee you that there's going to be a standby and you will be put
no,
into
for
another.
sure. But that second flight the next day or whatever, that's covered by the provider, I assume.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Not necessarily by the provider, but the airline itself. Because the
Airlines.
airline is the one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, another question regarding loading the e-wallet. So let's take a scenario where you've loaded $50,000 into your e-wallet because you don't have as big of a credit card. You used 5 different credit cards, $10,000 from each, and then you only ended up spending 42,000 for the actual Hajj. So then you have 8,000 coming back. How do those 8,000 come back? Is it just evenly split to each credit card? Is it proportional based on how much each credit card spent?
Yeah. Generally, what I have seen is when Nusuk does the refund process, they go in the reverse order from how the funding actually happened. And then they go on to return it back to the same mode of payment. Credit card, the card number that it bore to goes back to the same account. But in some cases, they try to put it into one credit card, all the money, while in some cases, if it does not have the same funding coming in from one card, then they put it into two different cards. It generally goes back again to the same cards that was used to fund the e-wallet in the first place.
But I guess in what proportion, like in this scenario where you only spent a portion of the money and there's $8,000 left, do they split the 8,000 evenly across the cards because the spending on the card?
That's what I said. They may end up with one card that was having, let's say, one of the card that you used it like 10,000 to fund it. Then you may
Yeah.
see that one card going in with full 8,000, not really evenly split.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I once again, it is again subject to whatever their process is. It's not so clear. It's very vague. But I think that's what I have seen in the past, where it has sent back all the money to one card rather than into all 4 different cards evenly split.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you. Sister Dalia Tahir.
Assalamu alaikum. I
Alaikum
have,
assalam.
please, how many spots you have for Canadian?
How many what?
How many like seats you have available from your?
Yeah, for the seat itself, when you see seats, it's the group flight seats. So the
Yeah.
group flights, we have about 100 plus group flight seats from Toronto Pearson across different packages. That's the number that I know about, yes.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. The second question, what happens if I book a private transportation?
Private transportation from where? From
During Hajj time, instead of the
Uh-huh.
buses, we have this option available.
Yeah,
My
the private car is the option. You can see that there are no cars available, so that's probably what they are. From my packages, I don't see any cars made available here. If you choose a private car, so the only option that you have is the package transportation. And my advice is, brothers and sisters, is to use the package transportation. That's the safest bet. That's the best one to be, assured of. If you come late with the flights, whatever is the case, you are assured, okay, got a transportation covered by the service provider. They will make all, even in other cases also, by the way, but at least you have the peace of mind that this is all taken care by the service provider.
For sure, thank you. The
Yeah.
other question, what's the difference between the public and custom package, and which one you might think it will be easier to get and purchase?
Yeah. So the public and custom, the way it has been configured is a custom package is where it's already pre-configured with the group flight in it. And the public package is one where the what is that? The custom flights actually is going to be coming into picture. Now, if I were to do this example in here, let me go back and then remove this one for a minute. I'm going to show you in today, as on today, all the packages have a custom flight option in it. So in a sense, it becomes a public package. But in true sense, there is packages that have group flights in it that makes them as custom packages. And this is a terminology that was used in the previous years, but it's actually not of much, significance at this point of time, because in a sense, all packages are public, by the way. So that's why they're all public packages. If you list out, they're all public packages with the group flights in it. So if I look out for the group flight packages, you see that they're all public packages because they offer in it the option for you to customize the flight. But when you say custom package, they have only the group flights in it. That's what it meant. But I don't think that's of any significance at this point of time.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. My last question is if you can show us the Mina camp map, please. I don't really understand. There are 3 train stations there, and I'm not sure we have the ability to use the trains, or it has to be by walking.
Yeah, so those train stations are only for let me say the people who buy the luxury package. Those are the train stations. Let me give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you look into my screen, you see there is a Mina Station 2, Mina Station train station. This is what you're referring to, sister?
Yes.
Yeah, these are train stations that are in the Mashayar sites in the Mina, Arfat, and Muzdalifah area. This train is not the same as the Harmain train. These trains just run the services during the Hajj time to transport the Hujjaj from Mina to Arafat, Arafat to Muzdalifah, and Muzdalifah back to Mina. That service is only available for people who are in the Majar al-Kabsh camp, not for the people in the Al-Muasim camp, which is the farthest camp, also called as the North American European camp.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Brother Nasir Ali.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Sorry, I didn't join earlier. Couldn't get in because there's no space to
Sorry,
join.
apologies for that one.
No, that's okay. I think I've got four very quick question and answer. For UK pilgrims, when will the e-wallet and the package selection will be open for the UK citizens?
Well, for everybody, the e-wallet is not open as on today. When it opens for everybody. There's nothing like UK, US, or any other country-wise opening of the e-wallet. Likewise, the packages, like in the past, it has been a global event of opening of the packages at one point. But this year, given the lot of feedback that has gone by, I don't know if they are going to separate the package sale for Europe and North America separately to avoid the rush that we had or the issues that we had with the Nusuk platform. So the package sale, like if I have to go with the past experience, it's going to be one global event on a given particular date, and likely it's going to be 3rd of February or 4th of February. But today, the e-wallet is not open. We hope to have that open by next week. Bismillah, we'll see how things stand by.
But I don't need to top up the e-wallet until we select the packages. There's no
No,
point.
for selecting the packages as on today, to configure the packages as on today, you don't need to top up the e-wallet. You only need the e-wallet to be fully funded before the package sale opens. That means a week before the package sale, because we will notify all our members a week before as to when the package sale is going to be happening. At that time, you want to make sure you fund the e-wallet. And we don't think it's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks.
I might have missed that point earlier when other guests asked the question. Do all packages have a guide, or is it certain selected packages?
Not all when you say all the packages have a guide, it's not by the package, it's by the group. Alhamdulillah, our group passed. We had about 100 pilgrims that we took from US, UK, Netherlands. We also had some from Paris. We also had from Sweden. Together, we had about 100 plus people in our group. So Nusuk standard is that every 47 pilgrims, there is going to be a guide that needs to be associated, and that is going to be provided by us. We'll say this is our group, and the service provider basically assigns us to our pilgrims who happen to go on to purchase the tour packages, and then eventually we become their guide. Regardless of where you are, you will only be within the hotels that you are going to be on those particular dates. We would start early by the 12th May and likely ending by the 7th of June. Until such time, the number of guides that we will have will be available for all the countries.
Cool. Just two more quick questions. When the sales do take place, is it about whoever goes in first gets the place, or is it depending on what's available?
Yes, number one is the sale is going to happen on a first come first serve basis. This is a plain level playing field. Anybody who has a good fair chance at the system is going to be able to secure it. Now also at the same point, anybody who misses in the first phase will likely have another chance when the global sale happens for all the rollover visas from the unsold country quotas that eventually gets opened up for oversubscribed countries like USA and UK and everyone else.
Perfect. One last question. I don't know what the package will be, price of the packages. If, say, the package amount totals more than my credit card limit, can I use a credit card of someone who's not a applicant? Is that possible?
Absolutely, yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. It's possible. Yeah.
That's
just make
all
sure
my
that you let the people know that you are using this card.
Sure. Thank you. That's all my questions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you, my brother. All right, Yaz, Tara, sister or brother?
Yeah, sister. Good guess.
Sister,
Thank
sorry.
you. No, all good, all good. It's a confusing one. So first of all, thank you so much for your patience with all our questions, and some of them are repeat, some of them are like little nuances, but we all appreciate it. So just to start with, just to confirm, it's not 72 hours, but 3 weeks for the e-wallet refund, right? When it's no fee, refund fee, it's 3 weeks.
Can you repeat that question for me one more time, please?
Sure. I was trying to be quick. So for the e-wallet, when we top it off, and then let's say, like the example they was given 50,000, and then for 42,000 was the purchase, the remaining 8,000. When we ask for a refund, then that 2.65% refund fee is not applicable if it's within 3 weeks, not
That is
3 days.
correct. That is correct.
Okay.
Please. That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. In the chat, there was something about 72 hours earlier this week. That's why I just wanted to confirm. You mentioned
Yeah.
3 weeks today.
From what
So
from what
perfect.
I have known, this is only 3 weeks, and normally they wait for 3 weeks. If it has been there more than 3 weeks, they normally charge. If it is withdrawn within, let's say, within 3 weeks, they have not charged.
Great, thank you. And then the for the hotel rooms, it looks like, because that was kind of my nightmare, it looks like we don't have to share a bed with a stranger. Everyone has a single bed, unless it's double room. It may be two double beds. But
Oh, yeah,
if it's
yeah. The
triple or
bed,
quadruple, mhm.
yeah, the bed itself are separate beds.
Okay,
Okay, they're
good.
not like a double bed, like you're sleeping with another stranger next to you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not the case. It's actually separate beds. Yeah, yeah, three, four
Awesome. There
beds.
is
I think I have
patience.
the room. Yeah, I will show you the room configuration. I'll share some pictures of some of the how the
Yeah,
bed
I've seen some
layouts are.
pictures, but in some of them it looked like there were like double beds. In some it looked like there were single beds. That's why I was not sure.
No, they are single beds in a room, evenly
Awesome.
spaced, and they are really comfortable. They're really comfortable. And Alhamdulillah, I have stayed with many other brothers together, and it has been, very comfortable stay. Yeah.
Perfect. I went to a boarding high school, so it's going to be better than that. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
the other
Yeah.
question is based on your experience, Brother Vaji, because I'm from I'm based in New York, and the luxury package only has Canada. There's no US option. So I need to either fly to Toronto, or I get a custom flight from New York. So the question, given for the probability of getting the package I want, is it, in your experience, is it better just to get the group flight and in the luxury and find a way to fly to Toronto yourself, or spend the time to get that custom flight at the time of sale?
Obviously, there is the pros and cons of both of these. The number of clicks that you take to get to the checkout button in a group flight is lesser by about 4 clicks than the custom flights that you have to take to get to the checkout screen. So that means there is less amount of time for you to get to the checkout using a group flight, and against a custom flight, which takes far more clicks for you to come to the checkout screen. My advice is, of course, if you think it's feasible, then go with the group flights with little hardship of having to go to another city. But if the city becomes a challenge, then just be prepared. I mean, having good preparation can still be as much faster than a person who is not well prepared with a group flight selection to go through the navigation process. So that's my advice to you all is now is the time that you want to try it out using this option that you have on Nusuk to try different options and keep practicing how quickly you can navigate through the step by clicking next, 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 and going onto the checkout screen. Time yourself, so that it's automatically in your mind as to what the next step is. In that way, that you have that practice that could be very helpful at the critical time of making the purchase.
I totally agree. And what I probably done, I think I've done 35 different configuration since yesterday
Great. Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
packages. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why sometimes it
It's a
takes a really
practice.
long time. Sorry, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's a practice. That's what I told you, right? So the
Yeah.
more you practice, you get better. And all the time, make dua, make dua that may Allah make it easy for
Oh, yeah.
all of us to, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because sometimes the custom packages, it takes a while for it to load. So that's why I was asking, in your experience, does it crash more likely at the time of purchase?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last final question that I have, I made a note here. Sorry. If I get a group flight, do I have an option with the airline to upgrade it? Because all group flights are economy, as you said, to
Yeah.
upgrade it to like premium or business?
Not until the time of the departure. At the gate of the
I
gate of the
see.
departure, you can try to work with the airline
I
to get
see.
it upgraded, given your frequent flyer membership.
Yeah.
Airlines do oblige on that one and then try to get you upgraded.
Got it. Got it. By that time, they would all be gone anyway, but there's no extra purchase option.
No,
Got
I
it.
can't do it now under the service because it's our group flight under one particular class.
Got it. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brother Yasser, you there?
Yeah, my mic,
Okay,
I think now it's working. Thank you.
There you go.
My English is not so good, French speaking. I have two questions. The first one is considering I'm a Canadian citizen, the question of quota, like, is it better to, for example, to get a flight from Canada, so I'm considered like in the Canadian quota, or if I take a flight from France, for example, is it a part of the French quota? This is my first question. The second one is about the custom flight. I mean, in case I see that it's the question, the answer was better is to take the group flight. In case I cannot take the group flight and I'm trying to get a custom flight, about the timing, like for especially for the return for the back flight, like from Jeddah, will be a transportation from Mecca to the Jeddah airport, and in this case, like at what time the checkout, so I can like take the right timing and not taking a flight like 3 p.m. for example, and we are still in the road or something. Is the transportation will be included, and
yes,
about the timing to be in the right 2 hours before my flight in case I take a custom flight. And thank you very much.
Okay. So I'll take back from your question. So number one is, of course, any package, any custom flight that you take, if you have a flight going out of Jeddah, the transportation from Mecca to Jeddah will be provided. And of course, the check-in time for you all, and this applies for everyone, this 4 p.m. into hotels in Mecca and Medina. If you arrive because of the flight coming in, let's say at 3 a.m. in the morning in Medina, on the day of the check-in of the package, and you won't be getting a room from 3 a.m. until 4 p.m. You will be allowed to be in the hotel lobby. Of course, you will not be checked into the room until 4 p.m. because the standard check-in time of all the hotels in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is only 4 p.m. And that applies regardless of the Hajj package that you bought from Nusuk. If your airline arrives, if your flight arrives into Medina at 3 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., before 4 p.m., you won't be able to get to a room. We will, however, make an effort to have the rooms available for you on your arrival. However, if the option for us is not there for allowing you to check in, we can't check you in. The same applies for checkout because a lot of people come in and check out, you will be asked to check out by like 1 p.m. Or maybe 12 p.m. Is the checkout time on all the hotels in Mecca and Medina. So if your flight is, let's say, at 2 a.m. in the morning, and your checkout date on Mecca is 12 p.m., you will be asked to check out by 12 p.m. and your luggage and everything will be out. You will have to go into the airport at least 4 hours before the departure time, and you will probably be leaving like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours from Mecca to reach to the Jeddah airport. So those are how the packages are going to be transporting the Hujjaj from the arrivals to the departure, and that's how the check-in and check-out is. This applies for everyone, by the way. But to your question, Yasir, Brother Yasir, yes, the package by the to the airport will be taken care by the service provider. As for group flights versus custom flight, I think I answered you that question. I forgot what the first question was in the
It was about the quota, like
yeah, right, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, the country of residence that you had chosen as part of your account creation decides the country quota for your purchase. If that is from Canada as a country of residence, that quota is about some 2,000 number of pilgrims. That's the number. Then if that is over, then obviously your chance to get the package is also closed, regardless of the flight that you had. Let's say you are a Canadian citizen, you were trying to get a flight from New York, but still the quota applied for you was the Canada quota.
Okay, so it doesn't depend from the packet sale, it depends of the quota of the pilgrim, no?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, my brother. Next person is Hazm. I don't know if it's a girl, it's a sister or brother. Hazm.
Yes,
H-A-Z-M.
brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Thank you for your patience and your time, dedicated time for this. It's really helpful. This is my first time going with the family, so I have a couple of questions. Some of them might be answered. Please bear with me. During the triple room selection, let's say I configure that, and then I purchase the package. That is guaranteed that I will get the triple room, right? On both hotels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second
If it is a
question.
family of three, then you choose a
Yes.
triple bed occupancy.
Yep.
Then you all three are going to be assigned one room to be together in a triple room.
Perfect. Thank you. Second question about transportation from Mashar, Mina to Mecca during the Hajj days. Since we are having a non-shifting, so our hotel is available for us all the time. Will there be a transportation like during those days to do, let's say, Tawaf al-Ifada and then go rest, take a shower, and then go back to Mina?
So generally, the service provider, as at least I know, Dur does not provide us bus transportation from Mashar side to the Mecca for the Tawaf al-Ifada, given that it's unpredictable at the time, given the number of people on the street, and particularly on the 10th of the Hajj, it's literally not possible to walk on the street on that particular day. But we as a group, as a Rahman group, we make arrangements in the smaller groups, looking at the ground situation. We will make some arrangements privately to go into Haram, do the Tawaf al-Ifada, then basically have our Hujjaj go back to the rooms, take some, freshen up, take some rest, and then we basically reassemble back at Asr time. Then we depart back again to Mina using some private transportation that we arrange. But for that also, if we are in, let's say, in Majar al-Kabsh, we walk out of the Mina region into Azizia, from where we get our private transportation arranged. As for Muassim camp, it's a little walk. Of course, they have to do. They have to come out of the Mina camp once again to catch hold of some transportation. That again we make it as a group. But also we generally advise Tawaf al-Ifada is something that you can delay it even until the time of your departure from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Does not have to be necessarily performed on the 10th or 11th or the 12th of Zilhijjah. You can do it after you return from the Mina to Mecca and then finish up your Tawaf al-Ifada, take rest, relax. Then after, before your departure, do the Tawaf al-Wada and then depart from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
So you're saying if we select Majar al-Kabsh, the train station transport to, let's say, closer to Mecca, it's easier than Al-Muaysam, and then you can select, or you can get a private. But I read somewhere that roads will be closed on starting the 8th of the Hajj onwards. You cannot get you have to do a lot of walking, let's say.
Yes. Yeah. On the 8th of Zilhijjah is only incoming traffic to Mina. All the buses basically are bringing people into Mina. Generally, our package, we start from the 7th itself. We bring people on the 7th evening. We bring the Hujjaj before the 8th morning. On some of the packages, we bring early in the morning before Fajr. We are all into the 8th, into the Zilhijjah, into the Mina camp. And on the 9th, which of course is the Arafat day, from the Mina camps, we go into Arafat. For Majar al-Kabsh, we take the train. For the Muasim camp, take the buses. And then we go into the Muzdalifah, and likewise, and back again to Mina.
Okay. Simple question. For the luxury package, did you mention, I haven't heard, if the transportation from Medina to Mecca via Al-Haramain train or bus?
For luxury from Medina to Mecca?
Yeah, from Medina to Mecca and the luxury package.
Yeah. In the luxury package, it's going to be by the Haramain train. But my advice also has been, if you want to choose a package with the bus, that's also a good thing, because that gives you an opportunity to stop at the Miqat. In a train, you won't be stopping in Miqat. You would just be speeding past the Miqat at that point of time.
Yeah. Sorry, my last question, it's about the flight. I will be doing a custom flight from Detroit to, at this time, not to Medina, let's say to Jeddah. And then from Jeddah, I can take a private transportation, let's say a train. I can book a tickets.
Yeah.
But during the configuration, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was saying during the configuration, it says it's mandatory to select arrival transportation, and it shows as a bus. You cannot complete the configuration without that selection.
I have to check on that one, how it does that one.
It's
have
like
to check
166 riyal. But let's say if I opt that and then just I can purchase my own transportation. Let's say Al Haramain ticket to Medina.
Yeah, you can do your own transportation from Haramain train, using Haramain train from Jeddah to Medina, and from Medina you have a small ride to the hotel.
Yes.
That you can come, and then we will be meeting you in the Medina hotel.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All
my questions.
All right, thank you. Brother Shafraz, go ahead.
Yes, brother. Assalamu alaikum. I have some questions. My wife, she registered from US, and her father and mother, they registered from Canada, but they registered separately. So, but how they can be linked together now to pay at the same time? Plus, they want to fly out from Casablanca and come back there.
So number
This is
one
my
is
first question.
the number one is they can't be together in the same account, given that they are of two different countries. Okay. But the good thing is they can buy the same package and still be together, even though they are coming from different countries. And they have to be, of course, with one group. So let's say from the people from US, you buy the same package as a standard package, and they buy the same package. Of course, they have to be successful in buying the package as well. And if you buy the same package and you choose, let's say, for in this case, quad bed as an occupancy, which is a good thing, then being part of our group, we know that you and your parents from Canada are all of the same package and are to be should be together. When we make the room allocation, we ensure that we assign you along with your parents to be in the same room, and then you get to stay together in Mecca and Medina, and throughout the rest of the journey as well. Of course, you'll be flying, if you have different flights selected, then you'll be flying using different group flights. But if you are also choosing a group flight, which is, let's say, Toronto together, then you will be together in the same flight as well.
But they are choosing to fly in and out from Casablanca.
If they are choosing to fly in and out of Casablanca, that's also fine. They just fly out of Casablanca as a custom flight. They arrive into Medina. You come into a group flight into Medina. You meet them in the hotel, and they would have been transported to the hotel in Medina. You come together in the hotel in Medina.
So you have groups that flying out of Casablanca also?
No, you said they're Canadian citizen buying the package from Nusuk platform, but just
Right.
flying out of Casablanca, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where they fly out of from. Eventually, they are actually bought the same tour package, so you be together.
Okay. All right. So they need to buy the
Doesn't have to
custom
have a
flight,
group
not
in
the.
Casablanca. We don't have. It's not going to be groups in every airport for you to be going with. Doesn't matter. You just
So
take a flight like how you normally do. You arrive. We make sure that we are your transportation and all that we are is arranged. We know your itinerary. We know what flight you are flying in and out of. And when you are arriving into Medina, we make arrangements for your transportation. We ensure that you are checked into the hotel, and then you are going to be part of our group.
okay, so the group starts from Medina. That's what you're saying.
Essentially, yes.
Okay. All right. And what's the wait time now for what is for that clearance for the
Verification.
registration? Yes.
Generally, it's
Because
been like 4 to 5 days and 6 days. But if it is more than 5 days, just expedite that. Let me know, or you can also
yeah.
write an email to support at hajj.nusuk.sa. And there's also a number that you can call. But if you want us also to expedite, we can also do that for you.
Okay. So as you said, like we can pay all in one group. I mean, like my wife and her parents, if they link together their account, will they able to pay at the same time, or they have to pay separate for the package?
No, the admin funds everybody's account at one time, and one time or multiple times. It's the admin who makes
Well,
the.
right. But the thing is that their account is not together right now. I mean, my wife already been verified last month, but her parents just registered like 5 days ago a separate account from Canada.
Yeah, with
So
the separate account, they put it separately on the one in Canada. They do, once they are approved, they are going to fund their own account. Your wife and then the other account that is already verified will fund their own account.
so there's no way to link it before we pay, right?
Unfortunately, you can't link it because they are in two different countries. The country of
Okay.
resident is different. If they were of same countries, yes, you could have linked it.
Okay. So as you're saying, like once it's been paid and everything, same package, same kind of, I mean,
Yeah,
like destination. So then you can put them together to stay in the same
absolutely.
room.
Yes,
Like
yes.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see. Thank you so much.
All right, Dylan. Yep.
Okay.
Just in case, before you
Ayub.
go and move on to the next step, I just want to remind you all, tomorrow we have another webinar where we will be having Hujjaj from the previous years come and talk to us and share their experiences about all these questions that is going to help you to be better prepared in buying the packages and trying to, help you in making the choices, and what are the things, good things that they experience during their stays in some of the hotels that we have as part of the tour packages, and also the experience that they had using the tour hospitality services. So don't forget to join us again tomorrow, brothers and sisters. This is going to definitely help you to be well prepared. I know there's going to be subsequent events that are happening back to back. But I assure you that it's definitely going to be beneficial for you. Just wanted to make that reminder for you all before I lose everybody out. We can keep taking some questions.
I say Ayub.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Jazakallah for the great work and for all explanations. I start from the first question, which concerns myself. So you said in the last webinar that you cover Germany, but I don't see the any package from Germany. So it means that I have to take a custom flight if I go with a door package, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
of these, any of the closest ones that you see in the UK side, you can basically pick it up and use this as a way to connect. I mean, use if it is very feasible for you. I know Europe is pretty much connected with the train services. But if something is not something feasible for you, then obviously you will make a custom flight.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, from Berlin to London, or it's usually you have to take. I have to take the custom flight.
Okay.
Okay, just for the price wise. So taking custom price is always expensive than directly going if there is a group flight from the city, right?
No, actually, I have seen the other way around. Custom flights turn out to be cheaper because the group flights, we would probably have paid a premium for the group flights to reserve it in advance, and then, obviously the service providers could have, kept some, extra amount to cover the fluctuation. But if you were to use the flights of the custom flight, you get the real-time price instantly. The ticket is issued to you. That may turn out to be cheaper on the day of the sale of the package.
I see. Okay, do you still hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, because somehow my earbuds stopped to work. The next question about actually it's related to the last question from the brother. I'm always confused because also I'm a couple. Just the final price when reviewing or configuration, it's the after choosing the rooms that it makes the price for double person, right?
Correct. When you make the my session has timed out. When you make the room selections, you make it for the number of people that you have on your account. If it is two people, husband and wife, then you make for two people, and the price that you see is actually all for everybody in your package. It's not per person. At that time, it's the total price.
Okay, just to be sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing about the filtering. So is there any filter way to filter to the start date? Like
I don't remember. I don't remember there's a start date filter. Let's take a look. But yeah, I don't remember there's a
What's the
start
question?
date filter. Is there a start date filter?
No, there's no start date filter.
Okay. Yeah, I checked this. I looked for it, but I couldn't find anything. So okay, just I go to the next question. Before the reviewing of the release of the packages, there was a pre-selection of the category of the packages, which I choose for myself, the premium one. So does it mean now I have to stick to the premium, or I can also, if I found something better in standard or luxury, I can switch? Is it possible?
Yeah. You can switch any package. Today it is not going to be locked. Nothing is going to be locked for you until the day of the sale. You may end up choosing, instead of a premium, maybe a luxury or maybe a standard.
Okay.
That's
So
what
this,
you eventually put.
I see. So this pre-selection before the release, it doesn't mean anything.
Nothing. This is only for you to review the changes.
Okay. Oh, perfect. And okay, the last question is about the release of or the date of the sale. Could I don't know if it's on the day, on the night, or do we know this? Because it depends on the city where you live, and then it's night or it's day.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you a definite answer, but in the past experience, sometimes it has been like 9 a.m. in the morning, sometimes it has been like 4 a.m. in the morning. Um, and yeah, that's I think it's 2 p.m. Makkah time is what I have been told. 3rd or 4th of Feb, 2 p.m. Makkah time, which could be around what 9 a.m. our time, maybe. That's yeah. You got to check your time. Yeah. 2 p.m. Makkah time.
Of Mecca time. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Alaikum salam.
Brother Vikas, you want to go next, quick?
Assalamu
Vikas.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
The one couple of questions. First question is with the group flight, are the prices going to fluctuate at all? Are they? I think another person asked the question, but are they fixed or do they fluctuate like the custom flights do?
Your group flights are fixed. So whatever price you are seeing today is what you're going to be paying even on the day of the sale also.
Okay,
That's
thank
why I
you.
told you they have actually put in a premium price given the uncertainty of the price fluctuation. So there's a premium that you are paying for choosing the group flight against what you have a custom flight as.
Okay, thank you. And another second question is, will you, as the door or the service providers, know the date where the date of the package sales become available? Do you know in advance, like a week in advance, what date is going to be?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. All the service providers will be provided the exact date and time. We, as soon as we hear from our service provider, we will all be communicating to our people and our group members and preparing every of our group members on the exact date and time. And we will definitely, inshallah, we'll also have a Zoom session open on that particular date and time to, provide support for the package sale, inshallah.
Okay. Two more quick questions. So the third question is, will the oh, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Will the yes, in terms of the quota, with the Nusuk and the service countries, is it only the countries listed on the websites that can actually access the packages? So a country like Pakistan, which is not on the service countries, they don't have access to any of the packages. Is that right?
That's correct.
Oh, okay, because their quota I think is like 100,000,
Yeah. They were
100,000
all.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all my questions for now. Thank you. Yeah, one last question. Sorry, brother. Will you be doing webinars after the all of the packages are purchased and like closer to the time of Hajj and just going through, what to expect and things like that?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you again for that questions. Once all the package sales is done and all concluded, we will probably take some break in there for Ramadan period. And once we are back after Ramadan, we will start the logistics preparation part to begin with. We will get back to all the members, ensure they are all having all the information into our systems, then ensuring that the e-visas is issued. We talk about the logistics of your departure, your arrival, your flight tickets. Then we also go into the Hajj rituals and what to do, when to do. All of that will be guided through our Imam and guide Abu Muhammad al-Maghribi. Then as we get closer to the departure, we try to once again coordinate your departure times, your arrival times, and all that until you are all fully, ready to leave with us. We will ensure each and every part of that is going to be again another, set of webinars that are going to be happening post the sale of the packages, inshallah.
Okay. One final thing is when I purchased the packages, will my ticket then be? I'm actually going? My package is confirmed. I can actually start thinking about going to Hajj, or is there something that could be rejected on Nusuk side, or once it's paid for, is that on 100% going to Hajj then?
Absolutely. Yeah. I have never heard about a case where, somebody has already purchased a package and was rejected for any other reason until there was really something really wrong with that particular case. But for most part, Alhamdulillah, as soon as you get the package, I think you should be grateful that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted you the permission to visit his house and make all preparations to go to Hajj and prepare yourself both spiritually and mind wise, physically also to go to Hajj.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much for this. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
So, Sister Fatima, I'm gonna go next. Sister Fatima, you there? Fatima Russell. Okay, Izaz, you want to go next?
Thank you
Sure.
so much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Brother,
Oh,
this is Fatima. I couldn't
Yes, please.
my pin wasn't
Go ahead.
working.
Please go ahead. Go ahead,
For
Sister
me
Fatima.
or Tara?
Mr.
Okay,
Fatima,
Assalamu
go
alaikum, brother.
Sister Fatima.
Assalam.
Thank you for your help. For a
Mm.
long time, you're answering our questions. Jazakallah khair.
Shukran. Jazakallah.
Brother, my husband and I are planning to go, inshallah, for Hajj. But when I
Inshallah.
configuration the room, it's showing no double room for both of us. So when the final
In
cell gonna start, so can we able to get a single room for us?
When you say single room, you mean to say a single room with double bed?
Double bed, yes.
Yeah. In some of the hotels, like I showed you, it does not have a double bed option. And in that case, the only option is what is available for you. Like in this case, if it is only cot bed occupancy, then choose the cot bed occupancy. It's a matter of staying there for 3 or 4 nights. And where there's an option, you select the double bed, and in that case, you will be accommodated into a double bedroom with you and your husband. And that could be the case with anybody going along in for the double room option or a double bedroom option. Yeah.
All right, thank you, brother.
Yeah, sister.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam. Izaz Siddiqui.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Raji.
Walaikum
Thank you
salam
for
wa
your
rahmatullah.
all the answers. I have a couple of questions regarding custom flights mostly. So one of the package I was looking starting from 12th May to 2nd June. Now the 12th May to 2nd June, 12th May should be the check-in date for our hotel, or it is considered as a arrival of like taking the flight date.
So that's a good question, Brother Iza. So let me tell you something. The package start date and end date are fixed. So the start date, when it says 12th May, that is going to be the day on which you check in to the hotel, in our case, the Medina Hotel, on the 12th of May at 4 p.m. That's the beginning of the package. Now your flights may arrive into Medina sometimes 12th May at 3 a.m. in the morning. That is early morning of 12th May. You won't be able to check into the room until the 4 p.m. time of the check-in of the hotel. That's something that even the service provider can't control. Also, I can't time my flights exactly to the check-in time. So what it means is, in some cases, the flights may arrive after the check-in time, sometimes maybe on the 13th of May, early morning, like let's say 12th May midnight, it may arrive, and you would be checking in after the check-in time of 4 p.m. That means on the 13th May, you would probably be checking at 3 a.m. given that the flight arrives at the 12th of midnight into the local time of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The flight's arriving time is what is displayed on the Nusuk Hajj platform. So you have to take note of that, as well as the start date and end date of your packages. And likewise, the end date could be sometime later, but your departure could be earlier than the end date because you got to move out to start your outward journey from the Jeddah airport and leave the Mecca hotel earlier than the actually end date of the checkout time that was provided on the package seal. And that's by design, and Nusuk acknowledges that there could be a variation of a day or a day and a half in cases for the check-in and checkout.
So the package I was specifically looking, if I go by the group flight, I'd probably be losing 2 days both in Mecca and Medina because the group flight it's leaving on 1st of the June, and the group flight also arriving on the 13th of the May. So let's say if I do a custom flights, I leave Washington 11th May, arriving on 12th May. For some reason, I cannot do it on Medina because the custom flight is not keep giving me an error. If I come to Jeddah around like 11:30 a.m. Saudi time, by 1 o'clock, I'm out of the immigration, take a bus, and by 6 o'clock, I arrive in Medina, or 7 o'clock, I arrive in Medina on 12th May, and I should be able to get all the benefits of package transportation, like getting the transport from Jeddah Airport to Medina
Yes.
Hotel.
All that you
So,
have purchased anyways because as part of the package, so it's all taken care of.
so that's something I just wanted to confirm because I don't want it to miss any of the days.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
thing,
you can do that.
another thing, all of those packets says the SIM cards are included. So we should be getting a SIM card like in the US, or how are we going to receive the SIM card?
Hold on to the SIM card part, but SIM card is, of course, I don't know if some of the pack it says as maybe it says as included. I don't believe the one. So a SIM card is pretty cheap in Saudi Arabia, and generally I tell that when you arrive into Jeddah and Medina, those SIM cards are sold right outside the hotels. You get it, activate it, you are up and running with that one. If you are from US, there are other plans from US that offers international calling. We will cover this topic in general in more details as we go into the post-sales season.
And this will be my last. I won't take too much of your time. So this, let's say, if I come to Jeddah, how will be my transportation? Is it going to be a bus to Medina if I use a premium? Sorry, premium.
Into Jeddah, from Jeddah to Medina, you mean?
Yes, Jeddah to Medina.
Yeah, the transportation that you choose. If it is a package transportation, then you choose the bus. It's going to be a bus. If you choose something else as part of the configuration, it's going to be that.
I mean, on that, it does not say is it a bus or train. It says
it's a coach. Generally, a coach is offered. There's not going to be a Herman train offered for that one.
Okay, that should be good enough. Thank you, brother. I will reach out in the message in case if I have more questions.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Abdul Qadir, go next, please.
I guess it's Mahmoud.
Okay, Mahmoud, you want to go? Please go.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you very much for all the answers. My question is about when I check the custom flight, I'm from Toronto, and even the returning time is in a custom flight is already set. But I would like to stay a little bit in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. At the same time, I would like to travel from there to Africa, and then to my home destination.
Sure.
This choice is not there at this point. Do you any idea from the Musafir side?
The Musafir sites allows you to take an outbound flight within 48 hours of the package end date. And now what you do is generally what you do, I tell is make a small portion of a flight to fly out of Nusuk. In the event that you don't want to take that flight, you're not losing out a lot. Let's say, for example, you choose a flight to depart from Jeddah to Dubai, which is a small flight, right? But you still wanted to stay longer because Nusuk wants you to depart out of the Saudi Arabia within 48 hours, while the visa does not force you to leave out of the Saudi Arabia within that 48 hours. So even in the case if you have to lose out a small portion, that small portion is what the flight you lose from the Jeddah to Dubai. That's the shortest flight, maybe likely that's the one. But then you decide to stay longer and you do your own flight arrangement to fly then out of Jeddah to a city of Africa that you want to go. And from there on, you carry on with the rest of the journey.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so I could come back back to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from Dubai.
Yeah. Anyways,
because the visa is still available. Yeah.
Correct.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I know I'm just getting a lot over the time, but we'll take another 3-4 questions, and beyond that, we probably have to end at that point of time.
Inshallah. Sister, you guys want to go next? Yes, Tara.
Okay, thank you. I was not sure if I was. Thank you so much, Farhan, Brother Farhan. So just a follow-up, Brother Vaji. I think you kind of insinuated that in just the previous one. So if I get because my priority is getting a secure Hajj package. So I go with let's say I go with the Toronto luxury package group flight directly, and I just don't use it. I just buy another flight from New York directly on my own, and then a second flight basically. And then I fly into Saudi Arabia 2 days prior to, as you said in the last seminar, no later than 2 days prior to Mina camp, and then not earlier than 1 day after the Mina camp. So a total of 7 days. As long as I satisfy that minimum duration, is that okay for me not to use that group flight? Although I pay for it, I just fly via different flights.
Yeah, I mean, you technically are losing the stays in Medina and losing the group flight, but generally making your own arrangements to come into Mecca via Jeddah and then carrying on with the Hajj journey, and which is allowed. I mean, all the requirement of the Ministry of Hajj is all flights should be arriving maybe about 48 hours before the 8th of Zilhijjah, which is nothing but like 6th of Zilhijjah, whatever date that falls into. And you have to arrive into Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for Hajj before the 6th of Zilhijjah, or at least on the 6th of Zilhijjah.
Okay, so our visa or entry is not conditioned on the Nusuk flight. As long as we buy something, it's like an extra fee to Nusuk. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nobody's going to question you whether you took a flight from Nusuk or anyway. They are all he's asking is, do you have a visa to come into Hajj? That's all they're asking.
Perfect. Thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate your staying so long for all of us.
Yep.
All of it. Sister Mina, you want to go next? Sister Mina Fulgham.
Yes, I'm sorry, my audio. Yes. Can you check when you get a chance the standard Al-Safra package for the group flight arriving in Medina on May 17, but the Medina Hotel Nusuk Al Ilna says check-in is May 16. So it's like the check-in date is 1 day before arrival.
Check-in day is 1 day after arrival, you would say.
No,
yeah, that's what I told you, right? The timing of the flights offered in the Nusuk Hajj packages will not be aligning with the package start date and end dates. It's possible that you will sometimes arrive a few hours, almost like a half a day before your package start check-in time. Likewise, your departure could be much earlier than your package and checkout time. In some cases, as you mentioned, in this one, your arrival into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia could be on the 17th of May, while the package start date is actually on the 16th of May. And that's something that I can show you on Nusuk, where it clearly says that the flight dates could vary, and then it could ideally be a day or a day and a half different than your package start date.
Okay, that's fine then. As long as you realize that that's the case, and that's fine. I was just concerned that the hotel is allowing check-in the day before the actual group flight arrives.
Yeah, it does allow you to check in on the time of the package start date. It's just that your flight didn't arrive in on time. That's the only problem.
This is
The
the group
hotel
flight.
hotel is available on the start date of the package on the given what is that? Like in this case, right? This is what we are referring to, right? What you're
Yes.
seeing on the screen. Yeah, you see, it arrives into Medina at 10:50 a.m. on the 17th, while the package started on the 16th of May at 4 p.m. You see? So that means when you arrive into Medina, you are walking straight into the room where you are having the room already assigned to you. You pick up the keys and you check into the hotel.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. That helps.
Just one last person, Brother Baji, is Brother Adam. He's been waiting for a while. Go ahead, Brother Adam.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. And thank you for all the information. I have a question regarding the customization of the flight. So, can I book a flight and arrive in Jeddah, then take the train to go to Medina and join the group, or rent a car or something like that?
Absolutely, you can do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
I have one last hand raised. Yasser, if you have time, Brother Waji.
All right, we go ahead and take that last one.
Yes, it will be very
Go ahead,
quick.
Yasser.
I'm doing like in the same time I'm for their hospitality premium package, and I see that it is possible to choose like double in courtyard like premium package. It is possible in the system, but in the file you send in the Google Drive, the Nusuk Hajj packages, I see that it's quad. This is the first thing. And for the destination group flight, I see that it's there is a possible from Roma and Madrid. But when I arrive to the step to choose to select a flight, there is only Washington.
For which package is this one?
It is for premium, your hospitality premium and Noor.
Premium and Noor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to check on that. You're saying this is not having this flight?
It show only Washington fly, but in the file I see that it's possible to fly a group fly
Washington, you're
from
saying
Madrid.
Washington file? You are from UK?
No, I'm from Canada, but I fly from Europe.
You're from Canada, but you want to fly from Europe?
Yeah.
You can do that one. You can only
But
do it from.
I don't see the destination London, Milano, Roma. When I go to configuration,
you won't see that one because you won't see. This is only for people from Europe can only see that.
Ah, okay. So I will see only Washington in this case.
You will only see Washington. USA and
Okay,
Canada
okay,
people
okay.
can only see Washington, while people from
Okay.
Europe can see all of these.
Okay. Depends of the country of
The
residence.
region, your country residence.
Okay,
Yes.
understand. Yeah. So in this case, I
Okay.
have to take a custom flight.
Yes. As for your question,
Okay.
whether on quad, this is the price that you are seeing is based on a quad configuration.
Ah, okay,
Yes.
but it's possible to take
It's
it
possible
depends.
as whatever is the room type offered. It could be double,
Okay.
triple, or quad. But I have made this price
Okay.
calculation based on a quad occupancy, based on a
Okay.
London selection, and that's how
Yeah.
this price is listed on.
Okay, understand now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
All right, brothers and sisters, I know I have gone through a lot of this, but there is more to do this one. All I'm asking for you all is don't hesitate in taking steps in configuring, except that you don't touch your profile. Do any type of configurations, any packages, play around with it, get yourself used to it. This is going to help you to be well prepared on the day of the sale, whether you are doing a custom flights or you're choosing a group flight. All I want to make sure that you become familiar on the steps that is needed for the configuration of the packages. Keep it in their cart, remove it, empty your cart, go try a different package, get yourself fully aware of what it takes for you to get to the checkout. And this is going to help you definitely on the day of the sale to quickly get past some of these things when it becomes really challenging, and then when you want to take off the packages and go with another package. We will continue to have this conversation again, maybe by next week when more details are going to be available. I'm going to walk you through some more scenarios. But for tomorrow, please join. That's going to be a very critical session where I am going to have our previous Hujjaj who have taken the journey of Hajj last year, previous years, to share with us as to what their experience has been with the Hajj, what their preparations has been into going into the sale of the Hajj packages, what are the challenges, how did they overcome the challenges, what are some of the tricks that they use to secure the packages, what has been their experience in staying in some of the hotels, what has been their experience throughout the Hajj using the Dur's hospitality packages, what are some of the advices they want to give to the Hujjaj who want to go this year. That's hear from the first hand from their experience. So joining today once again, inshallah, bismillah, we will get to hear from them. And that's all I had for today, brothers and sisters. Thank you all for joining. Make dua that you will going to be successful in making a purchase of the Hajj package, that you are going to be performing Hajj, and may Allah make it easy for all of us. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you for all joining, and hope to see you all tomorrow, inshallah.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك